How is everyone doing tonight? Catch 'em all collectibles here, and
what up?
Catch 'em all collectibles, Mr. BEERSKI himself.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
In the flesh, not calling in.
Nope.
We've got him here on site in the Catch 'em all office. So we've had a interesting day. We'll recap our day a little bit. We were scouting out the Syracuse trading card scene. How are things going?
Things are great, man. Living life, having a good time, flipping cardboard, and happy I'm doing it. Today was great. Love checking out the LGSs. So things are good. We're booming, ladies and gentlemen. Boom.
We are booming.
We are booming.
I see Fuji-san Card Fuji? Shop. I was actually at a shop today in Syracuse, and I bought a card. Did I bring the cards?
Oh, you didn't bring them down.
Oh well. Anyways, I saw one of your comps, Fuji. I guess I got a slightly better deal. That was on the PSA 6 Alakazam 7.
PSA 5 Alakazam.
5. Oh god, I can't remember. That was on the PSA 5 base first ed. It was a gray stamp Alakazam, labeled as a regular stamp. And the last few sales were like 800, 750, 850. And then Fuji just decided to sell one for 700 for whatever reason. And I got comped, I got matched to him. So appreciate you, Fuji, with the comp out there.
What's up, number one mod?
How's it going, Drew? Nice to see you here. But yeah, as always, we're going to do a little bit of like a Q&A. Drop your questions in the chat. We're hanging out, having some beverages. Not
well, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I've got some Mountain Dew. I've got some Mountain Dew on some ice here.
Spat would be proud of me. We're rocking the Powerade.
Got the Powerade.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't get diverticulitis because they make you take antibiotics before you're supposed to go hang out with Dan, and then you can't have any beverages.
It is what it is. We're still having a great time. We don't need alcohol to have a good time.
That's it.
But no, yeah, today we in a few weeks I've been teasing a little bit. I've been talking about it for a while. PokeFest, it's actually called. I guess I've been trying to keep the heat off of the local show. I've been calling it PokeCon for whatever reason. But yeah, a few weeks, State Fairgrounds in Syracuse, New York. I'm bringing in BEERSKI. I'm bringing in, oh man, let's see if I can get everybody. PK Ponga, that rounds out the Fanatics crew. Then you got Grimer Spat, BEERSKI, the other portion of the eBay Live. And then you've got Skya, you've got Java, and you've got Old School Pokemon. And all of us in Syracuse at a show together. It's going to be a great time. So what we did was, instead of us having a minivan full of guys, all the cash in our pockets, all the cash in our fanny packs ready to go, we figured we'd scope out the scene a few weeks in advance. And what did we find?
Ladies and gentlemen, it'd be dark out there. We found a couple spots that had some good cards, especially one of the last spots we went to. There is some possible pickups that are going to be there after we talk to the manager and stuff. But for the most part, I don't know why card shop owners don't carry more singles that they can put in their display case. But come on, let's do that because I want LGSs to be great, and sometimes it's just like you go into them and you're just so disappointed when you walk in and you see what they have. Like,
yeah.
I think 2 of the stores had binders out of we must have gone to what? 8 to 10 stores today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're a shop owner, shout out Java for having singles in his store. Like, that is how it should be. You should be able to walk in and buy singles.
If you were to measure on a metric of like the amount of juice per square foot, Java wins on a global level, probably. Yeah. It's crazy. And to be fair to some of them had sports cards in the name. Like a lot of them were more catered towards sports or Magic. They had D&D and they had all the Warhammer figures, and some of them were straight up comic book shops. But we hit up like anything and everything resembling some form of Pokemon. I searched Pokemon card store in Google, and like we went every place that was open that we could. One thing though, like for where I live, it's shocking how many options there are to try. Like I live in the woods in the farmland in upstate New York, and I know of people that live in relatively big cities near relatively big metropolitan areas, and they have almost nothing. Like we have something, but some of them are. You brought your pickup. we got a little bit of a sealed. We got a little bit of a sealed play going on. They had those for 40 plus tax.
Yeah,
so we were out the door.
43.20.
43.20. We were out the door, and I forgot to bring it. I forgot to bring it too. But I opened my pack, and I got a Kanto pack.
Dan
so
keeps
like
winning.
I made money.
So we're gonna hold on. We're opening it right now to see if
we're gonna open it right now.
Let's see if I can't.
Let's see if it gets wrecked.
I'm gonna get wrecked. I'm gonna open up the seal.
I wonder if by the case, if there's like clumping, if you get Kanto, if you're more likely or less likely to get Kanto.
I don't know. We're gonna find out right now.
We're gonna find out right now. Good luck. Good luck.
Oh boy. Come on. Cooked. I got a Turtwig.
Oh,
I did.
No.
Oh no, Turtwig Piplup and Chimchar, not bad.
It's probably the second best, but it's like a ways down from Kanto.
Woof.
Oh, Fuji said, "Wait, you slandered my comps. I was 820."
I'll have to look back at that. I don't know.
I could swear I looked. I could swear I looked on Card Ladder and it was showing 700, but maybe I'm wrong. I apologize. Someone
let's pull some juice.
Let's see if you can get the Charizard.
A Clawitzer.
Oh no!
What a
wrong set.
Here we go. We're not gonna.
Come on, save the day.
If we get a Charizard though,
save the day with a Charizard.
That would be spectacular. Here, let's do the. I'm terrible at doing it this way.
My kids opened my 2 packs and they didn't get anything either.
Come on, hot reverse.
We
got it.
Miss Pages.
Woof. All right. Yeah. Well, that's $40 and it's lit on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Yikes. But yeah, I got the Fujisan comp, Alakazam, and I want to say that was labeled at like $725. There was a PSA 6 Nidoking first edition base that I looked at it. The lighting wasn't amazing in that store, but I looked it over front and back. I handed the BEERSKI. It's like, why is this a 6? To me, it felt like it could have been a PSA 8,
yep.
But like almost certainly, like I would high degree of confidence. I'm gonna crack it and see what it looks like. That might be a PSA 8. That might be if it's got a little more scratching than I realized. Maybe go for CGC and get an 8. But that's like a double up if it's CGC 8s from a PSA 6, which I've done that before. But
it's an easy 8 if no dings at all we saw on it. Now we really looked pretty hard, and so hopefully it's a win.
No one can see your cards.
Oh, was it too low? That's all right. You didn't want to see them because they're crappy.
There wasn't much to
see.
But I got Kanto at first. This is hilarious. We were looking at this pre-stream. So hello to all the vertical viewers. We're not gonna be this intimate, this close all night. But occasionally we'll peek in on the vertical viewers and we'll wave. Make your way over to the horizontal because I looked at all the different frames. I looked at all the different things we could do, and there's nowhere to get our. Fixing. It's like just make us tiny in the middle. I don't think there's a way to do that.
Oh,
yeah. There's no way to fix what we've got going on the vertical. So does that one do it?
A little better.
It's a little better. I'll leave it on that one. But yeah, if you're on the vertical one, make your way over to the horizontal because
I see Spat in the house. What's up, Spat?
There's no getting wrecked with these. I mean, exclusive full art connecting artwork promo of starters. Bullish for sure. We were definitely talking about that play earlier. I know I've seen not to spill the sauce or whatever on people's plays, but I've seen people putting out offers, deep quantities above what we paid with tax out the door and what we bought. So we're like limit 1. They only had one additional one that we couldn't buy, but we each bought our limit 1. And
I wanted to ask too, but I didn't want to have the guy be like, no. And he mad at us for asking.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing, if you go into a card shop and you're a card shop owner, please don't stink eye either, because there was a few stink eyes today as well.
Why does BEERSKI sound familiar? He's eBay Live, Fanatics Live. He's all over the place, repping the Catch 'em All Collectibles brand.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you ran into him at on his own YouTube channel, Instagram, link down in the description below. Go follow him everywhere. And did y'all know Rob Does Pokemon is back to YouTube? Do I know? I don't know if I know Rob Does Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know Rob Does Pokemon.
Yeah,
or I do, and I'm
so terrible with names.
Yeah.
There's way too many names out there. I feel like I've heard the name for sure. But
give BEERSKI something to rip immediately for the live.
Yeah. We do have BEERSKI in person. This, as we mentioned, we've got different beverages than originally intended, but that's fine. We're still having a good time. Yep. This is not going to turn into the DGen 9-hour Jake Pokenomics live stream. Definitely not going to happen.
You bring any sumo cards, Shug? Listen, the sumo cards are goated. That guy was so happy with his little meal and his happy face, like one of the best cards of all time.
Let me see. It is the time now. Let me make sure I don't have. We are booming. How's it going, Drew? The beard. The beard is going soon. The beard. I don't know if my wife is listening currently, but she's been ready for it to be gone for months. Probably before the weekend. Pokey Flips. Actually, Beerski's. We're having a sleepover tonight. He's spending the night. We're hitting more shops tomorrow morning.
Back to back, baby.
we went westward and. Spats out there. I don't know if all the other PokeCon guys are gonna hop in the stream at some point later, but hopefully the show is good because the LGS scene is not fantastic. We're gonna need to make some money on the streams from the Airbnb. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of money to be made at the LGSs, but I think it will be very plus EV whether or not we buy or sell significant amounts of Pokemon cards. Not drunk whatsoever. Yeah. Drunk on life. Drunk
on the boom.
Yeah,
baby.
drunk on boom. Pure boom.
Dew on the rocks.
Oh, here we go. How do you feel about botting? That's a.
You can't beat them. Join them. I don't know. Like it stinks for people trying to get products. I get that, but I think we're in such a craze right now that I think just to expect that moving forward for some time. I know Pokemon Center has been doing what they've been doing to try and stop the botting. But like it's going to happen. So getting upset about something that you have literally zero control over is not good for you. Just collect the cards you like, buy singles, my man. Unless you're really, really into buying product and keeping it for yourself. There's so many other outlets though. Just network a little bit. You'll be able to find product. But bots are just, again, it's hard to fight it.
Yeah, and me personally, like it's nothing that I've done or will do, but I buy from them. It's like technically, I think they're violating terms of service and whatever, but they're buying as an adult from a business that has a certain price, and they're paying that price and all the other fees and whatever. And TOS, like in a perfect world. I wish Walmart would care more. I wish Target would care more. Like in a perfect world, if you could take away botting and the end consumer could get things more directly, I'd be all for that. If you could take away the existence of pack weighing and CT scanning, if every booster pack, every booster box was truly like a randomized experience that had no way of like cheating that randomization, I would love that alternate universe. But where I come from is always like the pragmatic, it is what it is. It isn't inherently good or bad. It just is. And how am I going to navigate my way through the world where this exists? And yeah, I'm out here, but Peak's bullish on botting. Who cares? See, nobody cares. Yeah, it's there's worse things in the world, and there's better things in the world, and it just is what it is.
What's up, Grimer? You handsome devil.
How's it going, Grimer? Nice to see you. We were watching you crack some slabs just before we went live.
With a rock. My man, you are a savage.
People talking bottle openers, people using all different kinds of tools. Caveman Grimer just going at it with a rock.
Who's the big spoon here?
BEERSKI actually has a nice, his own bed, his own pull-out couch. He's got the nice Pokemon sheets on it.
For real, Pokemon sheets, guys.
Yep, he's set up like a king. We had a couple starter questions. A consigner question. How does the spreadsheet updating work? Seems like on Wednesdays. So every Thursday is when new items go live. Every Thursday is when payouts happen. So Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday evening. If you're going to check your spreadsheet once a week, check it on Wednesday nights because the updates happen Wednesday and then the new listings and the payouts happen Thursday. So you'll see what's happening the next day if you just tune in once. And I know, especially Peak is here. He's the checker extraordinaire. Don't F5 the spreadsheet all week long. It only updates on Wednesdays. And Peak wants to know, what's the most surprising thing you see in Dan's cave that we wouldn't expect?
His Family Matter booster boxes.
I got caught up years ago.
Wild.
I got caught up in the cam of ZNG fame, Golden fame, PSA fame, all his journey that he's been on. I got roped into buying some of those bags that he was pumping. It's not Family Matters. What is it?
Oh, I want to go. It's
yellow box with
multiple.
Bob Saget. What's the show?
Oh, Full House.
Full House boxes. Yeah.
Sorry, Full House. Family Matters.
Yeah.
Hi, vertical people.
Yeah. Tuning into the vertical people. I've been inundated with DMs from that stupid video. Quilly encouraged it. What?
Oh, the Rock.
Oh, okay.
Full House. Spat.
Dan, let us space the columns on the sheet. It drives me insane. I think, yeah, the thing is I can't make the sheets editable because then somebody could theoretically edit their import of the sheet to other portions of the master sheet. I can't have consigners seeing other consigner data. If you're relatively savvy, what you could do is you could just import that sheet. You could have like sheet importception. There's my master sheet, export it out into your consigner sheet. You could export that into your own editable sheet where you could actually do all the hiding the rows, adjusting the sizes, all the shading, all the rules, all the coloring that you want to do. But that's next level. I can't wait for the peak AI videos. I was telling BEERSKI earlier, I had a bit of an AI consult last night. I traded a little consult for consult, AI consult for Pokemon business consult, and I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas for how I'm going to use Cursor and Claude and do all these different things. I got in trouble a little bit in a couple of my recent lives talking about some of the things that I intend to do. I had some people reach out to me that are like in the process of doing things like that. They're like, Dan, you can't talk about this publicly. What are you doing? But yeah, as always, all of BEERSKI's links are in the description below.
Thank you.
Any questions, feel free to shoot. We got the Mountain Dew flowing. We got the Powerade flowing.
Spat for you.
We're here for as long as you guys will have us.
For you. Claude is ridiculous. Cowork has absolutely changed the game.
Yeah. I'm very bullish on the future of my operation and the ways that AI will alleviate a lot of the manual things that I'm currently partaking in. Zard Lurking is bullish on CGC Dust. How's it going, Julia? Nice to see you here.
You should be drinking Gatorade now, Spat.
It won't let you edit even when you make a copy. So don't make a copy. Make your own spreadsheet and then do an import. Let me, I'm going to pull it up on a different tab. I forget, what do I use? I use some formula that you should be able to use on your own sheet. So I use an import range. I just import range A1 to M1000. You should be able to import range from your spreadsheet into a new spreadsheet and then be able to edit everything. I think that should work. Ask Claude about it. Claude will hook you up if that doesn't work.
Pete, do you mean like PC stuff or sourcing for myself? I source for myself 100%. But PC items, it's hard to hold on or buy anything with a thought to hold on to it when this market is doing what it's doing. I mean, you could buy something and in 2 to 3 weeks it's 2x. Like, it's so hard to hold on to that stuff. So eventually I will have a nice PC, but I got to let stuff cool down a little bit. It's full burr mode. Whoa.
I think that one.
We just pimp down.
I'm on the. I'm on the new
Gengar,
Secret
man.
Lab
Nice.
Gengar. This thing is real. I got BEERSKI on the old rickety. Oh yeah, they go in like every direction.
Dude,
they go
awesome.
In and out and up and down and
it's awesome.
I haven't fully optimized. They go in and out too.
How did I not know that?
Yeah, you go this way.
I've had the chair for 3 weeks.
They go in and out, side to side, like so much customization. It's a little pricey, but
hectic. Just because you brought that up, we have a new play.
Oh, here we go.
The new play is going to be get on eBay and sell sticker sheets for $3.50 a buy.
if and when stickers ever take off, I am riding off into the sunset, way beyond financial independence. I mean, I might be in billionaire territory if and when stickers take off. I'm a hoarder. I don't get rid of anything. Oh man, if I could get a secret lab affiliate code, I would be pumping that thing.
It's the best chair I've ever sat in my life.
We should do a little bit of pumping. So Kanto Collectibles sold me some slabs for the mega stream Saturday. PK. So I have a card ladder. I have a card ladder collection built for what PK is auctioning for $1 on Fanatics Live this Saturday the 28th, starting at 6 p.m. It is insane. I'm gonna sort top down. I'm gonna read you a couple of slabs before it loads up.
Guys, it's gonna be bananas.
It's insane. Number 1 is a PSA 10 Mewtwo, not the Japanese one, the English one. PSA 10 Shining Legends Mewtwo GX, the Mewtwo. That's a $7,300 card ladder value card, auction at $1. It goes for what it goes for. RCS take the wheel. We got a maybe you'll hear Jason Page sing in the background. The illustrious Umbreon. That one's not actually there. PK bought that one off me.
Really?
Yeah. Let me delete that one out. PSA 10 Mewtwo from base set. You got PSA 9 base first Red Cheeks Pikachu. You got the PSA 9 2002 Squirtle McDonald's. That nice bubble blowing Squirtle. You've got mislabeled Psyduck and Eevee Scream promos.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's annoying that they mislabeled them. PSA 10 Bubble Mew. All these things started at $1. 151 UPCs, 151 ETBs, PC ETBs, ETB cases, perfect order booster box cases.
That's what the Snorlax going for in a 10?
That must be the Pokemon Center. Yeah, Pokemon Center ETB promo.
That's still wild.
PSA 10 Pokemon Center ETB promo, the Snorlax. $2,000 card ladder value. All auctioned at $1.
$1 start.
So that's the pump for PK on Saturday. Tomorrow Spat's gonna be live on eBay. We're on Fanatics, we're on eBay, we're everywhere. BEERSKI's the go-between. So PK Ponga over on Fanatics, BEERSKI in between Fanatics and eBay, and then Grimer and Spat also on eBay. But yeah, Spat's dropping 15 MSRP perfect order booster boxes. It's tomorrow night. It's the day before release, so like we can't rip them on stream. My distro doesn't allow me to do that. eBay doesn't want us to do that. But yeah, $4.99 a pack. What is that? $179.64 or whatever it is. We're gonna drop 15 boxes throughout the stream. You got to be in there. You got to be ready to click that buy it now when it drops. And Spat has all the juice, all different kinds of juice. He's gonna be dollar auction. So over on Fanatics, they have like, if the platform allows us someday, especially if they get like Fanatics standard envelope, we'll go free shipping someday on Fanatics probably. But right now it's like $4.95 shipping if you buy one thing, if you buy 100 things. eBay though, we have the power. What do we charge for shipping on eBay?
It's free $99, ladies and gentlemen.
It is always free shipping. Always $1 starts.
$1 hair.
$1 hair starts. Always $1 hair starts. So catch Spat tomorrow night, and then Saturday night catch PK.
Yeah, Spat live tomorrow at 7 p.m.
I've got 3 monitors here. Spat on one, Pong on the other. You've got IRs. You got all these things going all the time. We are live every day, eBay and Fanatics. So definitely always tune in.
Make sure you're hitting that like button, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit that like button. Hit those fire emojis and the likes for the streams when you're in them. Let's see what else we got. I have the recliner add-on. I'm fairly like, there's not a whole lot of space here. There won't be a lot of space to recline, but I bought it. I mean, I'm spending $1,000 on a chair. I added all the bells and whistles.
I can't wait to get I saw he didn't put it on, but I've been putting my feet up on like a bar on my desk, and I should have just bought the recliner too. Should have just bought the recliner.
I went for it. It was after buying, I bought 2 of every Lego set. I still haven't built yet, but I spent $1,500 on Legos.
Did you ever get the Kanto badges?
I think they came right in it.
Well, because when you
from Pokemon Center,
when you pre-ordered, you pre-ordered from Pokemon Center.
I did
or
one
Lego?
of each. One of each.
Okay.
Did the Lego one maybe it didn't come?
I don't know if it didn't come because that's.
I might have to use the. Isn't there some rewards program you have to go and like redeem it?
That's for the Pokemon Center, like Lego. But when the Lego drop happened, they didn't have the Kanto set up yet. and a bunch of people bought into it, and then I canceled out and rebought it.
I remember that day. I didn't cancel.
You didn't cancel. Look, I don't know. You may not have gotten it.
I think I did. I think it came. Let me see if I even have my login saved. It's probably saved in my other browser.
This man's working off of 3 monitors.
You got one for Discord, and you got one for Discord and YouTube, and then you've got spreadsheets here and whatever else you got going on over there. I've got all the stuff going on. I'm pretty sure it shipped. Oh no. I just said, yes, I do a survey. I don't want to do a survey. My orders. I'm pretty sure it came with it.
It did not. Oh, maybe it did. 5 items in this order.
And I got a horsey too.
Yep. Okay, they did include it for you. Perfect.
I was gonna say, yeah. So I got the Year of the Horse. I got Pikachu Eevee, the trio, and then the badge collection. They came in 2 different boxes. The boxes are actually right outside,
gigantic,
on a shelf. Yeah, they're massive. I have a chess set still in the box that I bought from Pokemon Center years ago. What would be each of your ideas for an adjacent business / item to complement slabs, booster boxes, etc.? Is there anything left to put into the market?
An adjacent item.
So like business. Graded guards
for your booster boxes,
something like that.
Could you imagine?
It wouldn't shock me, especially Rusty's video. I'm sure a lot of people saw it. Rusty recently sent boxes out for grading. Like, I'm sure graded guard is like looking at getting a booster box in hand to get a graded guard for boxes. Like, how could you not if you were him? I'm sure that's in process.
I'm trying to think what you could add for booster boxes, slabs. I mean, there's ideas out there. I don't know if I'm the one to make that idea. Definitely use the idea, but I'm trying to think. I'll get back to you on that peak for sure.
Only 12 likes. What are we doing? There's 90 people in here. Hit the like button. Come on, people. We are booming.
Boom.
Let's boom that like button. Every like will give us another week before the inevitable plateauing / downturn. Someday it's coming, but prolong that day by hitting the like button.
It's not today, though.
No, definitely not today. Definitely not today. Spat says, craziest stream I've ever ran. Please be there with your doll hairs. Please be there with your doll hairs. Just all kinds of juice. $1, free shipping. Be there. You never know what kind of deals you'll get.
Dude.
How do you filter through the bulk scams on eBay and actually find fairly priced quality cards / lots?
I think a lot of it's probably trial and error. I think you're going to get burnt on a certain amount of them. But I would just really look for seller history would be the biggest one. If you're that concerned about it, definitely, try and purchase from reputable sellers on eBay. Sellers that have a lot of feedback and all that, positive feedback and whatnot. Because it can be easy, especially if you're newer into the hobby, to just, kind of get burnt by someone. There are bad actors, unfortunately, but you could definitely mitigate that by just, being
waving to the vertical crew. I see a couple comments.
You could definitely, take the risk out of it by just looking at from who you're buying from. Like, if you're concerned with it, don't buy from a 1 to 10, feedback seller, even though you can get great deals off of those sellers as well. But just, I would just try and focus on some of the higher feedback sellers.
And yeah, like eBay's default search is for like best match. Sometimes you have to fight to do like low list, look for low list, watch out for the listings from China. If you're buying actual Chinese product, like it's a little wild out there. eBay's algorithm, I don't enjoy it much these days relative to what it was 10 years ago. I think it used to be easier to navigate in a lot of ways, but there's definitely a lot of great deals, great product to be had on eBay. You just got to wade through some unfortunate junk, for sure. Bubble crashing soon.
Blob.
Bolby.
No Bolby.
I like the avatar. It's just a close-up picture of a cat. Looks like
Bulby. Don't think like that. Yes, like a graded guard. I mean, I think if anything, Peak, especially if we're talking about like the graded booster boxes and how they're grading them now, you will definitely see stuff like that come out for the booster box. I mean, I don't know, graded booster box cases. There's gonna, because it takes up such a big amount of space. So if you want to grade those and display them, maybe a cool case lit thing specifically for them. There's so many things. Like the hobby is still, and I know people get mad when you say this, but like we're early, man, with so many things, and just even with like the AI and how the AI is like, there's so much excitement around that right now in this hobby and what it can do to like streamline so many things, because a lot of it is just like pounding the pavement. So there's a lot of cool things, man. This hobby is still endless with ideas that can be happening.
This is these dudes are not fans of Pokemon, only fans of money. Horrible beings,
dude.
I bought this $1,000 Pokemon chair because it's gonna just lead to so much profit for me. I bought these $40 Pokemon canvases, these $20 Pokemon plushies, because I just hate the IP. I've got my Game Boy from my childhood, all the hours with the worm light, like all my engagement over the past 26 years. I just not even remotely a fan of Pokemon, dude, whatsoever.
You're horrible.
It's we are monsters.
You're horrible.
Some of these takes are very interesting. We talked about that a little bit.
Hey,
decent amount of car rides.
But son, please follow me. Yeah. Thank you.
And one thing that we talked about earlier too is like our streams are $1. We sell things for $1. And it's like people pay what they want to pay. Yeah,
there's no market set in our streams. The market is what people are willing to pay for the card. Like we don't berate you if stuff goes low. We're not saying spend more. Like I do care about the hobby and the people in it. What we do, I think, builds the hobby, and it's gonna make it more legitimate as it continues to grow. Like I put a lot of time into this hobby over the past 4 or 5 years. So. Yeah, I don't know. Wild take.
Yeah.
Horrible.
They're ranting. Your reflection does not realize who you have become.
Is this Daddy Donkey Kong? Like, did he get a new name?
We got the alt out. Dan Hammer is coming soon. Let's see. We got a few things started now. So we did that one. Hectic says, I'm trying to pump my wife's flans for her food business. Any creative ideas on how to advertise locally? The taste speaks for itself. I'm approaching anyone and everyone already. I know me, like in my local community, we have like various food truck rallies that they have like in one of the areas 10 minutes from me. There's like a little get together every Wednesday night, whatever night it is, every week over the summer. Get into one of those and have dollar samples or even free samples. Like just get into the local scenes over the summer. The state fairgrounds, they have again different food truck things, food truck events. Not that I don't know if your wife's business is a food truck or not, but get into things like that. Give out free samples, and as you said, if the taste speaks for itself, then get it out there.
Yeah, there was a movie. I think Jack Black was in it. There was something about flan going on there. Like it's a great watch that. Like it's a please,
Jack
yeah.
Black
flan
movie.
Envy. It is.
Envy.
And yeah, Ben Stiller sells flan or something like that. It's a great movie.
That's funny.
So watch that. It's Ben Stiller and Jack Black. Great flick. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe bring it to some local restaurants and see
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
That's funny.
I wear these squeaky pants.
This Dan stream is way better than normal for some reason.
What's up, Brad G?
It's only 50% Dan now. You don't have to hear just me rant.
Brad, we found the card.
We did find the card.
I found
the camera's like way low too.
Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I think it needs to
we need a close up. We need a close up here
on screen. Dan cheated though.
Yeah.
Brad G cards.
I cheated myself by not shutting Brad out. I gave him so many perimeter shots for free. If I had played on him tight defense the whole game, that would have been a clean shutout. Easy.
I was too hungover to play that basketball game.
Oh man.
Oh.
Let's see. Peak says I'm working on integrating Collector's API to build a huge tool for sourcing. I'm like not a super tech guy. Conversations about APIs and this and that were had last night, and I vaguely know a little bit. The robots helped teach me some, but yeah, there's a lot of exciting things I have cooking. A little bit of it is like scary because if you're requiring all the data from some other operation, they can just like take that from you at any time. They can change what they allow through the API, and they can. A lot of times those are paywalled, but yeah, I'm not super like up to speed. But Peak mentioned somewhere else that like those AI deep dive videos are coming starting like Saturday potentially. Very excited for that. Peak also mentioned talking about graded guards for booster boxes, and Min is the guy who like owns graded guard.
Oh,
he goes by like Cinnamon Bun on or he used to on E4 Instagram, wherever.
Let's go, Pete.
But,
you're crushing the content, dude. Keep
looking
it rolling.
forward.
Yeah.
I haven't talked with Min in years, but he's a cool dude and he's crushing with the graded guards, all the limited edition, and absolutely.
I have never seen anyone more excited than when I was in Tampa Bay last year for a card party, and we were on the eBay like Aerostream bus, and we were giving away free graded cards, and I gave it to a grown man, and he screamed so loudly,
and it was like the vanilla strawberry, whatever.
Was the most
special.
Yeah, so like graded guards for the win. Like that dude was losing his mind. He screamed so loud. I was like, just give it to him. He was so happy.
Yeah, Min is crushing. That double rim was definitely getting us. I hate those rims, but it wasn't just we shot for ball. That was like a 20-minute endeavor. Shooting free throws for who got the ball first. That was the darkest day of basketball in the 100+ years of the sport. Oh God, top 10 sleeves you'd buy to break down and sell for singles. Funny enough, we were at a shop today, and they had. Oh no, my Google Photos didn't upload that picture yet. We were at a shop today though. I can show it on my phone.
It's hilarious.
It's gonna be horrible showing.
Nick will love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show my phone on screen. It's gonna be horrible, but we're gonna do it. They had so the lady who made it actually was like right beside us as we were admiring it. And I'm like, I gotta take a picture of this for Nick. But she said every time they got a collection in, they would pull the cards out of the sleeves to probably put them in penny sleeves for the displays or whatever. And she like made a display of each unique sleeve they've had. But there are some good ones out there. I mean, it's funny how much we value like the 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch cardboard rectangles. But look at the beautiful art behind us. Like the art comes in all shapes and sizes, not just 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch cardboard rectangles. Slightly over that dimensions in whatever the sleeves are made out of, whatever kind of plastic that is. Tons of great ways to engage with the IP we all love, or we don't love because we just love the money.
You're horrible, dude.
Yeah.
How do you sleep with yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, Nick playing that kickball game. So many legendary hobby moments over the past several years. Oh man. Can we break the internet and have a no beer Dan, no hat PK stream?
I don't think you'll ever see a no hat PK stream.
I can't deliver on the no hat PK, but
I've seen him without his hat on, but you will never see him without his hat on.
I'm not gonna go like clean shaven. I'm gonna go to like a 2. It's gonna be a 2 all around. I'm not gonna go clean shaven though. Probably never again. Oh man, we are booming with these questions.
I love
now.
The questions. Bring the questions, ladies and gentlemen.
You sold me on grading sleeves. it would not shock me if someday it's a thing. And I have the CGC Fanatics service. Many times I've had people, can I send a sleeve? Can I send like the Mario Pika sleeves? And there are sleeves out there that would get decent amounts of money, I'm sure, in PSA, CGC 10, pristine, whatever. Put it in plastic, as always. Wait till people find out about animation cells. We found Radar's alt.
Yeah.
Radar in here on the pump.
Guys, make sure you're putting a little stop sign before your question to make it easier for Dan to pick them out.
The stop signs do help. Are there any other TCGs that you're buying, selling, long cardboarding besides Pokemon, Metazoo, and One Piece? Those are the only ones for me. So I do have additional access to Metazoo and One Piece as well. We've got the Metazoo.
There's so much Metazoo.
There's a lot of Metazoo.
There's so much Metazoo.
Some on camera, some off camera. But aside from Pokemon, One Piece, Metazoo, anything else?
I'm focused primarily on Pokemon. I really would love a Harry Potter TCG to come back out again, especially with the movie, not the movie revival, but the HBO series coming out.
Weren't they talking about Universes Beyond potentially?
That would be so, dude. If Magic does a Harry Potter set, I will go bananas. I will buy so much of that for no
one
reason.
of one, Elder Wand, one of one,
dude,
Golden Snitch, just like all different kinds of, or
There's
one of one,
so
or whatever.
much. And if they drop that when the HBO series comes out next year, like watch out, because they're doing the books on tape now with full audio. Each character has its own voice actor. And then the series coming out next year is going to have, I mean, it's literally episodic seasons, and you're going to watch everyone grow together. It's going to be very cool. So yep, absolutely, Brad G. I cannot wait. If we get some Harry Potter cards, like watch out. Watch out.
I'm not a big book guy. I had Goosebumps growing up, and I read a lot of those, but I
say cheese or die.
Living in this like AI world, I would have been so bad back in school. Like Cliff Notes. Remember Cliff Notes?
Yeah.
I used to go on Cliff Notes and read the back of the book. And
it would have been straight A's. I would have gone to Harvard if I had the chat GTP, right? Like,
with AI, I would fear for how little work I would have done in high school. The math and the science stuff, that all came easy, but like English and history and like I would have been leaning into AI hard throughout high school and college. I'm kind of glad in the way that it didn't exist back then.
Please pump Lorcana.
But Harry Potter was like one of the few book series that I actually read. I've got a full library of like personal finance books over there that I haven't read yet. I very much enjoy the Harry Potter universe, and if and when they ever collab with Magic, like I would probably engage with it to some extent.
Yeah.
My wife's a big fan of Harry Potter. I would definitely get involved for sure.
Yeah, that would be exciting. I'm hopefully something like that happens again. One of one, like the Elder Wand would be so cool. Any of those things.
Oh, I forgot about that. Dragon Ball. I did buy. I don't remember what the hell it even is. We're booming. It's cardboard. It's got guys with yellow hair in it. I don't even know who they are. Something coming out in the fall. I ordered Dragon Ball Fusion World, whatever it is. Something that comes in the fall, September maybe. I have 24 cases of something pre-ordered, and it's like, is it that much? It's like 10 or 15 grand. Worst case, it goes to zero. I lose 100%. Best case, it 10x's and I make 1,000%. So like, it's got to be plus EV to play, right? To take a gamble on something I know nothing about. Last time I did that was One Piece, and I'm grateful to have gotten my One Piece allocations. But it's interesting how ubiquitous in Pokemon live streams, One Piece questions would be left and right, every Pokeflips, every live, and then the prices go down some, and
you don't hear about it.
You don't hear about it anymore, at least not as much.
Pokemon boomed. All the people were One Piece and are now Pokemon booming again.
It's crazy how fickle people can be, how quickly they'll move back and forth so quickly.
Changing their underwear, man.
Yeah. So perfect order, I'm assuming we're talking about here. First drop since I started Pokemon. What can I expect the next couple of days? In-store ain't my thing. How's online? The thing about the modern product, it's not going to be MSRP unless you get lucky on a drop, whatever. Notification group, bot, whatever you have. Maybe you'll get a pickup at MSRP. But it's always there. It is plentiful. You will find all the singles on TCG Player. You will find all the singles on eBay. You'll find all the ETBs and booster boxes and booster bundles. It's not a matter of like if you can find it. It's just how much will you pay? Yeah. And the answer for the past 15 months now has been
high,
decently over MSRP. Yeah. Like it is what it is. And one thing I hear people talk about a lot is like, oh, well, I deal in Japanese because you can always get as much Japanese as you want. I've never fully understood that. It's like, because of the barriers to entry, yeah, you can get all the Japanese you want at 100% of market. Shout out to Retro, shout out to like all the individuals that do that on Instagram. I guess if you're buying through a guy like Retro, you're getting it 95% of market. You're getting it under generally what eBay is. But that's like you're paying nearly full market. English is the same way.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people talk in this way that like Japanese is so much more accessible. You could get all the Destined Rivals you want. I mean, you can't get it for 160, but MSRP of a Japanese booster box is like 30 or 40. So if you're willing to pay triple MS, like Destined is equally as accessible. Prismatic is equally as accessible. It's just it's not even, honestly, some sets depending on the set. What's Terastal right now? Terastal is 120-ish.
Something. Yeah,
Terastal's 120. Right, that's 400% of MSRP. A Prismatic booster ETB. If you want to go today and buy 20 cases of Prismatic ETBs, it's 200 in ETB. That's only 400% of MSRP. That's the same as Terastal Festival.
123 with Terrestrial Festival.
Like, I feel like I've heard multiple people say that, and it's like I don't get that because I guess the one benefit you get
Guaranteed
is
hits.
Like, and yeah, it's a different product, and some people like that better for different reasons, whatever. But like one thing that you get is I guess everybody knows eBay, everybody knows TCG Player, whereas not everybody knows Retro.
Yeah.
So you do have some built-in advantage.
I will say this though. You order from Retro and you'll get booster boxes in 2 days from Japan. And it's the most wild thing I've ever experienced. But I can't get something from Florida to come in 5 days.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like you order and it's there. So that's good. But yeah, like what Dan just said, you could buy packs and booster boxes and whatever you want anywhere.
It's all out there.
It's there.
It's just
English is more expensive, obviously, than Japanese. I mean, your dollar will go further with Japanese, guaranteed hits, but look at PSA 10 prices of Japanese versus English cards. Like there is such a discrepancy there. So, yeah. And again, barrier to entry. Like people don't know, not everyone knows about Retro, even though Retro's crushing it right now. So, yeah.
Dan buying Worlds cards again, and now Dragon Ball. Shocked if I don't retire this year. Dan, my favorite DBZ character is that Naruto guy.
He's got yellow hair.
Oh man, he does have yellow hair, doesn't he?
He does. You're good.
Magic did try the collab with Harry Potter at Strixhaven. I feel like I've heard Rudy talk a little bit about it. So has it already happened?
But Strixhaven's not a. I'm gonna look it up. It's not a Harry Potter IP set, and it's not through Secret Lair. So we're talking like if they did like actual Harry Potter through Secret Lair.
Yeah. So again, shout out to Rusty TCA Gaming. It blows my mind that some people like in the hobby today, many people in the hobby today don't know who Rusty is. He's one of the OG GOATs. He's one of like the Mount Rushmore of Pokemon history, in my opinion, at least. He made a video a few weeks ago now. He was cracking, I think he wasn't cracking. He was sending a case of Evolving to be cracked and labeled as like first print, first release, not for release before a certain date. He sent Evolving Skies booster case. He sent base set booster boxes. He sent, maybe he had some WotC first edition other boxes there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I forget what the company's even called.
But you have to send the cases though, right?
To get the designation for like first print or whatever. Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, imagine like a Evo Skies booster box in a 10.
Yeah.
And then who's going to buy that? Is it going to be CGC? Is it going to be PSA? Like someone's going to gobble that up. And that's going to be wild. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, boom.
Yeah.
Burr mode, baby. Burr.
Business credit cards. I have an Amex. I have Chase. And I have the PayPal MasterCard. If you buy a lot through PayPal, they're 3%. They're great. PayPal, it's annoying. My limit's like 15 grand. If I spend 10 grand and then the next day I immediately paid off, it takes like 3 weeks for that credit to reopen to use it. So with my Chase, my Chase, the limit's high. If I spend the limit, pay it down the next day, it's available that day. Like I can literally say my limit's, I think it's 50-ish.
I do the same with City Double
Cash.
Yeah,
I have that one too.
As soon as you pay it, you get it back. Like it's instant.
Chase, I could spend at 8 a.m. I could spend 49 grand, and at 9 a.m. I could pay 49 grand, and at 11 a.m. I could drop 49 grand again. I could run double the limit through it in a day. It's instant. It's instant
Yep.
getting your limit back. But the PayPal one is miserable. It's like some people want me to do goods and services, pay up front, and that's fine. But PayPal churning through, like, it's a nightmare. It's an Amazon Amex. If you buy any of your supplies through Amazon, it's like 5%, which is great. And it's a very high limit. That's my highest limit card by far. I was surprised how high they went. So yeah,
You got that one started still. Just leave it up there. These dudes are
not true.
Dude, just
fans.
leave it. I love it.
Not
it's
true
so
fans.
good.
Yeah, we'll leave it there for the memories. Is Destin really 650? That's wild.
You're gonna be owning retro something. Huh?
Yeah, I might be. It's right over there. The rocket case is here.
Oh, it is right there. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pay out. I will pay out if and when needed. TCG player search is terrible. Most recent sale 650. What's the lowest listed? There's new listings at 600. 650 last sold. So yeah, it's not. We'll see what happens. This
is one of the things that make no sense to me.
I've made my opinion on it very public. I have 4 cases because, like, I don't know. They might be the cheapest today that they will ever be in the history, like in the future, forever. We were actually at one of the stores. You looked up market. What were loose packs? $850.
Yeah, they had them for $7.99.
There was a store that had Destin Rattles packs.
4 packs, though. Only 4 packs.
I wonder, they must have had some in the back.
I
right?
hope.
Yeah, you would think.
I'll buy them all.
But yeah, I wasn't gonna. It's like, hey, you have 3,000 packs? I'll take them all right now. That was the same store that I bought the slabs at too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boxes are like double the pack price, and it's like they're printing the packs. It's just they're not putting them into that configuration. And I know "gotta catch them all" is the slogan, but it is not feasible to catch them all. Like I will never have a complete booster box collection. I will never have every piece of shiny cardboard that I want in every configuration in every grade. So I'm perfectly fine just passing on a lot of things. And it's Ash didn't even catch them all. He barely caught anything. What was the guy doing all those years?
Losing until he won.
Yeah, crazy. Took him 25 years, right? We've got a lot of questions.
Love the questions, guys.
Yeah, keep the questions coming. Here, let's grab another one of these. Dan, what do you think about Prismatic? Worried about it now versus Ascended since it's not looking that hot. What do you think about Prismatic? I like Prismatic.
Eevee,
God packs,
Evolutions.
EVs, all the things. But like,
yeah,
I don't love it at 11 a pack relative to some other things. Mind you, a year ago, I said I need Prismatic in stock. I have several thousand Prismatic packs because I need them for the live streams. It's our most ripped set of 2025. It's currently our 3rd most ripped set of 2026. Phantasmal and Ascended beat it out. But I like it. I have a lot of it. I want more of it. But a year ago, I chose to buy more 151 at 9 a pack over Prismatic at 9 or 10 a pack. I'm not getting everything right. I was wrong on Destin so far, but like,
you're horrible.
I think I'm doing fine. And what am I buying instead? Like, there's not a lot that I love, but if I have to choose between buying Prismatic at 85-90% or buying Sword and Shield at 85-90%, I like the Sword and Shield a fair bit better. Am I going to be wrong over certain durations? People way overly hyper fixate on, oh my God, Evolving's been flat for 3 months. Like, poking it with a stick, do something, Evolving Skies, do something. What are you talking about? Do something. It's a 5-year-old set, whatever it is, and it's $2,500. I know Alex Nostalgianomics has made a lot of videos recently on people are losing the plot, people are losing their minds, the amount of irrational exuberance, the amount of expectations. Like, things have been doubling in months lately. This is not normal. This is not going to last forever. I like Prismatic. I'm overly thrilled with what my return has been in 14 months on like my original distro cost. But am I buying a lot of it for the longer term speculation at 90% of market? Not really. I've definitely been picking here and there. When reprints come too, like I'm getting distro product. I'm getting distro at $99.99 per ETB. I don't know how many yet, probably a case or two, but I'll take those when they come. Bundles came recently. I'll take all the stuff distro offers me, and usually it's not at distro prices. Usually it's double MSRP lately, but yeah, it's crazy. Everything going on right now is crazy.
I think Prismatic has a better long-term outlook than Ascended Heroes, though. At least I do, just because of the evolutions that are in it.
Catch some of them collectibles for sure.
That's it. Yep. I don't know, something about a Sunbreon, like those cards. It's a tough set to pull too, and I think that may be the only like slight against it. But so is Evolving Skies. Like pulling cards out of there is difficult. So I think I don't know. I like Prismatic more than I like Ascended. That's just me though.
I gave up trying to tell people this is insane and not normal.
Yep.
You ever engage with Yu-Gi-Oh?
Never touch Yu-Gi-Oh.
When I was younger, I never got into it. It was a common transition for people to be like Pokemon and then Yu-Gi-Oh the next.
Yeah.
I never did.
I never played with it. I know Greenie loves it.
We got a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh people in the space,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're not ones of them, I guess. Starting more questions. Dan's still waiting for Destin Ravel's MSRP. Every day that it doesn't happen, and I've always been talking about the packs are a lot closer than the boxes are, but every day that it doesn't happen, it makes it that much less likely. But like people were guaranteeing 8 months ago that it couldn't happen based on nothing. Irrational exuberance is what it was based on. And even though that it's less likely to happen today, I'm more likely to be wrong given what's happened over the past 10 months. It's still very possible. It is still very possible that Destin will be per pack MSRP widely available. Again, less likely than it was 10 months ago, but definitely could still happen. Do you think Prismatic Evolution X SPC will be more expensive than Pokemon 151 UPCs, I assume, one day? What's Prismatic Evolution SPC? 300 maybe in there somewhere? And then the 151 UPC is 800 now or something.
151 UPCs are out of control.
I think both sets are S tier. I think both sets are great, but I'm a Kanto guy.
Yeah.
Like 151 for me. I
think 151 is the set from Scarlet and Violet. Like you're not gonna. It is the set, and like they like when they did Evolutions, it was anniversary set and stuff. Then just to throw a 151 set in the middle of something. I think that's the set for Scarlet and Violet. I think that's going to be a tough one to beat long term, especially with what it's doing right now. I mean, it's still like the Charizard's still holding at 540. Dan, there's someone behind you. Hi, Mr. Walrus.
Oh, I see some questions in here that I like. I like all the questions, but yeah, I'm starting them like
some
mad.
More than others, though.
Yeah, I'm starting them like mad. I just started one that we already answered, but I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any. Chat's
crushing tonight.
Crushing. Keep them coming. Yep. We are here till they end, as I normally do. Anonymous Bob wants to know, what are your thoughts on promoting eBay listings? I feel like I'm okay spending marketing dollars to get more eyes on the rest of my store, or is it burning money? If you've got the goods, if you've got something that you're one of 10 listed on eBay, I wouldn't promote generally, especially if you're the cheapest. But I made a video like 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, in the bear market of 2023. We talked about that earlier today too. I made a video on what I promote and why. So definitely go check that video out. I forget if it was the title or the thumbnail. I think the title was Winning Sales on eBay. And it was talking about like pay to play. And I did an experiment. Back then, Celebrations Charizard PSA 10s were like 180. I listed one lowest buy it now on eBay for 180 with no promotion. Yep. And then I did 200 with 5% promotion. 200 is like a 11-12% increase from 180. So if you promote at 5%, like you're making money with that extra promotion. I listed at 180, 200, 220, 250, 300. And funny enough, when I recorded the video, the 300 hadn't sold. I degened. I did 300 with like a 30% promo rate. And disgusting. I had to take a shower after I did it. As I recorded the video, it had not sold, but it sold like 2 days later. It sold for 50%, 60% above market. with a 30% promo rate. So all that to say, all that context, all that background, all that ranting, it has applications. It absolutely has applications. But use it sparingly. Shout out to like Tekken Sports. If you're familiar with Tekken Sports, eBay clothing guy, I think things like clothing, I think things where there's a million different shirts that are your size and whatever. I think there are certain types of items that need more help. But
Kevin over there nodding off. I'm not nodding off. I'm here.
I think I think there are certain things that need a lot more. Generally speaking, Pokemon does not need it nearly as much. But if you're selling perfect order booster boxes, could a 2%, 3% promo allow you to get a sell through that would justify having that additional promotion? Absolutely. There's arguments to be made for it. Anything to add on the promo rate for eBay?
Yeah, I would just do it on stuff that you're one of 1,000 in, and just kind of go that way. Because I remember when he released that video, I didn't know that the $300 one sold though. That's awesome.
It was like a week or two after the video was recorded. It was and hindsight, it's like whoever bought that, if they still have it today, they're up over 100% on their money. So
Grimer. Oh man.
I saw Dan look down when talking about Destin Rivals hitting MSRP. I can see the doubt in his eyes. I need to get the Brout back on my shoulder. Brout is starting to have some doubt. I think for the first time ever in Pokemon's history, I'm getting increasingly confident that I don't think it will be all of them. I don't think every set from Prismatic onwards will forever, in their entire duration, will only be available above MSRP. I think some sets will fall. Your most likely is going to be your Journey and your, but it could be that none of them. It could be that none of them ever are available under MSRP. It could take till 2028 or whatever for the printers to get fired up, and they might just, hey, SV era was like a lost 3-year span during a boom that we could just not outprint. Who knows? I want someone to look at me the way BEERSKI looks at Dan. That's hilarious.
Hi guys.
Looking at each other in the vertical. That's dark. Luckily, we're like depth wise, he's a little bit further back.
Yeah, so
otherwise, getting in here would be a little bit more
difficult.
awkward. Mason, Kevin's
bedtime's in an hour. Hope you're doing well, Mason.
Ooh, I like this one. Let's get a ranking of catch 'em all 1099 independent contractors. Use the dangerous E word there. We're not going to use the E word. In terms of who's most likely to win the Hunger Games.
I would shank every single one of them, no doubt.
BEERSKI is he's a big man. I mean,
I can also make fire with these hands.
I mean,
True story.
Maybe I'm biased, recency bias. He's sitting right next to me, so it would be more awkward to say someone else. But I think BEERSKI is your favorite there. You got to go Vegas style. You got to go like what is he? He's a plus 200, and then you've got people trailing off. And I guess I don't. Spat says he's scrappy.
We played kickball. Spat, he dominated. That's kicking a ball, Mr. Walrus. That's not surviving.
Yeah, Vivid Voltage was $300 a box. If you were here 5-6 years ago, there were people guaranteeing it wouldn't go below a certain number. And
how you doing, Pole Father? Good seeing you.
Yeah, bud. Nice to see you here. I think I have everything started. 15 started questions in our backlog, plus the one meme one, so 14. Is Prismatic the next Evolving Skies? I think it's better than Evolving Skies, frankly. Does that mean per pack, per year? Like, will it do the same thing? I don't know. But I think it's a very good set. I think it's a better set than Evolving, personally. What do you think on that?
Soft skin Beerman has. I'm watching all the talking.
So soft.
I like Prismatic more than I like Evolving Skies too. I know people hate this word or this phrase, but it has a better set identity than
there we go.
Evolving Skies did. Evolving Skies kind of all over the place. I love the hollows in like the SIRs in Prismatic are just. I'm gonna say I think the Moonbryon is a mid card. Like I'm saying it first. Like
no,
I don't think it's anything special. I think the Umbreon V is a better card than the VMAX. So I think out of that set, the Umbreon VMAX isn't even the best. And the Ray Rays out of the set are better. Like it's just, I don't know why people latched on to that one so much. You're seeing an uptick in the Sumbrion. It's doing crazy things in 10s right now. I think you'll eventually see that outpace the Moonbrion, unless it, for whatever reason, doesn't. But I think it's a better set.
XP Share says Prismatic's nowhere near as good as an Evolving Skies. The arts are way better in Evolving, and it also had Dragon Knight and Rayquaza. I think they're both great sets. I'm terrible at like ranking things, but they both can be rough too. I mean, Evolving Cries, Prismatic Executions, they both have endearing little nicknames for the brutality that some can bestow upon people, ripping
they're
for
both
the big
tough
chases.
Sets, man. They're both tough sets.
I think they're both great. I
love all the smack talking here. This is great. Beerski casually declaring war on the hobby. At peak. Listen, so many people just jumped on that Umbreon, the Moonbrion bandwagon. It was just like, let's pile in, baby. And I just never got on it. Like, it's pork roll. Thank you, Spat.
Pork roll or Taylor ham?
Taylor ham is a brand.
What is Taylor ham?
Taylor ham is pork roll. It's just a brand of pork roll, Dan.
Oh.
Just like,
so it's like Kleenex and tissues?
Yes. When you say you need, you got a stuffy nose, do you say you need a tissue or a Kleenex? Grimer, you're wrong about
what this. Is pork roll? Like bologna?
Dude, I can't believe you just said that.
I don't think I know what pork roll is.
I'm so disappointed in you.
It's a slightly sweet breakfast meat. Yeah, New Jersey staple.
Yep. Often called Taylor ham by the bums.
Developed in Trenton by John Taylor in 1856. Next time I'm in Jersey, I need
pork roll, egg, and cheese. Woo-wee.
Are we team pork roll or Taylor ham?
Oh, we're team pork roll.
Team pork roll.
Okay. But people from North Jersey call it Taylor ham because they're wrong. I'm from North Jersey. I still call it pork roll.
I'm assuming this LOL was at the Taylor ham.
Beerski, not like the other guys.
Here you go. Love to see this. Getting my DBA and pulling the trigger on vending. Thanks to your last video. Thanks for all the info.
Let's go, Kenny.
Love to see it.
Welcome to the show, baby.
Taking the next step for sure. Super chat cuts the line. They skip everybody. No waiting 45 minutes for them. They're falling asleep. ZZZ 124. Do you think X and Y Sun and Moon booster boxes are still good? I'm nostalgic. It's crazy to say that. 12 years ago, I got back into the hobby. Phantom Forces was the newest set at the time. I'm nostalgic. Those boxes hit for me. The secret rares and Breakpoint and Breakthrough, the Mewtwo's, the Gyarados, the Silver Dialga. I love XY Sun and Moon era. I think every era has great things. So I think they're still great. Is this more of an investing thing? Like I don't really partake. Occasionally I'll buy one for a box break. I'll buy one at 90% of market, sell it for, make a little margin on it. Oh, as an investment was the follow-up. I'm not buying $15,000 team up as an investment personally. I'm not buying $10,000, $12,000 Phantom Forces. For me personally, at least, the ship is generally sailed on that. I would rather get many ETB cases of a new set, many booster cases of a new set. Are you investing in XY Sun Moon?
I am not investing in XY Sun Moon. I only like seeing it given away for free on Fanatics Live mega streams. That's awesome to see happen. You call yourself a Beerski. Where is your beer?
Yeah, he's iced tea. Yeah, iced tea ski here
iced
today.
Tea ski. We went to 2 bars today, and I had unsweetened iced tea at both of them. Before, literally yesterday, I was in the ER with horrible lower abdomen pain, and it was diverticulitis. So they gave me some antibiotics that I could not drink on because the side effects were really bad. So we decided to be an adult for once, and here we are. So, but yes, if I'm drinking normally, it's definitely a IPA that tastes like the forest floor. That's what I'm. I saw a video the other day where a guy's like, "What it's like drinking an IPA," and he goes up to a tree and he licked the tree, and then he bit an orange with the peel still on it. It was hilarious. So that's what I like.
That's funny. Definitely could not 2v1 a grizzly. No.
Dude, a grizzly bear. They can literally rip your head off with one swipe.
We'd be done. Even if we double team, like, no.
Iced tea Beerski sickens me.
Iced tea skis today. Tree bark and orange is my favorite. Lots of starred questions. We're gonna get ripping through them. Oh, we did that one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a Moonbrown PSA 10 or a Evolving Skies booster box in both ETBs? Which will be worth more in 5 years? I would rather have the box in ETBs personally, and I would rather have those, and I think they'll be worth more for both.
I agree.
As a collector, as an investor, I would take the sealed over the slab.
What's the Moonbrown pop?
15,000-ish, I think.
In a 10?
I think so.
I mean, that's relatively high for.
Yeah,
that's a high pop,
and
that is not low pop, ladies and
gentlemen. Slabs go up except for when they crimp your lenticular deoxys. Sometimes the pops can go down, but sealed only goes down, right? They're not reprinting Evolving Skies booster boxes or ETBs. Oh, we did that one too.
Yeah.
Dan, can you make a video on what it takes to have someone stream for you? What are the ins and outs? How it all works? How do you pay your streamers? Do they stream on your account? Get new product, etc. So this is one of the things that, like, I'm very transparent when it comes to my information. If and when BEERSKI ever hit me up and was like, Dan, I want to make a video, I want to tell all, I would have whatever conversations he was comfortable having.
Yeah. That might be something I do, because I think there's a lot of opportunity in streaming for a lot of people out there. It is still like it's still so new.
We are early. We are
early,
especially
when it comes to streaming. Like it made Pokemon accessible to so many people that otherwise wouldn't be in Pokemon. I source all my own stuff. That's a video that Dan and I can do. I would absolutely do that video. I think it's, I would give some things out, not everything, but I think I'm doing quite well this year with streaming. I was talking to Dan earlier. I should do over 1 million in GMV this year.
Boom, baby.
Like full year of streaming. It's going to be wild. And to even think of that number and how that number is even happening is beyond crazy for me. Spat. Okay, Beerman. Okay.
we had the standard question of, would you rather fight a horse-sized chicken or 50 chicken-sized horses?
I would rather fight a horse-sized chicken.
Oof.
Dude, 50 chicken-sized horses? Horses are fast and they bite.
They're both angry. I mean, a chicken though. Chickens can be mean. I remember growing up, I live in the upstate farmland of New York. I definitely we'd go on service calls. My dad was like a welder. He'd work on some farm equipment. I remember being chased around sometimes, by the random chickens out, and a horse-sized chicken. That's scarier to me, I think, than 50 chicken-sized horses. This is a toss-up because they're both terrifying. I think I'd lean 50 chicken-sized horses.
And just kick them? We're just booting little horse chickens?
Yeah, if they're smart enough to team up.
Smart. They're so much
if
smarter.
If they team up, you're so done.
The chicken's dumb.
You're so done. And I think you just lose.
Handful of seeds.
You lose in both situations. And then we had another one. 50 Brout-sized Groudons or one Groudon-sized Brout. I'd take the Groudon-sized Brout and just be friends with him. I just be best friends with him.
Brout's the man.
Brout is the man. He's not quite a Quaxley, but he's there is no doubt there will be Brout all over behind me. There will be Brout plushies. There will be Brout, all the Brout paraphernalia I can find.
I think he's the best starter Pokemon since. Oh man, it's gonna be a tough one. Brout is a great Pokemon.
Nice to see you in here, Brian. And I started ranting on that, and then I got distracted by the horses and chickens and stuff. But one thing I meant to go further a little bit on, what I can share, I have two distinct operations. I have Fanatics, where PK and Ponga primarily sell my own stuff, and they get more of an hourly, and occasionally they sell some of their own stuff, and that's a percentage. The guys on eBay, BEERSKI, Grimer, Spat, they're mostly selling their own things. They're selling their own things, and then I have better rates with eBay because I've been on it so long and the volume and all that stuff, kind of like my consignments. I pool a lot of people together. We get better rates. I take a little cut of that, and then they and the shipping factors in there too. But it's an interesting thing to talk about. If and when any of the individual guys wanted to go deeper into the numbers, I'd be all for that. But again, if they're my numbers, I'll put them out there. If they're someone else's numbers partially, I'm not going to do that without their blessing, without their being involved in knowing that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm 100% interested in doing that. I think that would be, transparency and everything. But I also think it's just cool having that out there for people. So especially if you're getting into the hobby and that's something you're interested in doing, long term, again, like this hobby's giving me an outlet to just kick. It's frying me. Yeah, this hobby's given me such a great outlet. It's allowed me to quit my full-time job and do Pokemon full-time. And if I could do something to help people realize their wants, I blinked a couple times for them. If we can help, or I can help someone, realize maybe that they can do it too, like the more the merrier. Like people succeeding in the hobby, I think a lot of people don't want to see it happen, but it only helps all of us. Like it only grows it more. The more cards sold, the better for us. So let's just keep it rolling, baby.
Mm-hmm. Do you see PSA falling down in the next 1 to 3 years? No. 10 to 30 years? Add a zero. We love adding zeros, especially in today's market. We love adding zeros, adding commas. If you add a zero to that, 10 to 30 years, that's more of a conversation. 1 to 3 years, way too much momentum, way too much money, way too much inertia to have them like fall flat within that quick. But could all I mentioned this in last week's live stream, I think. The lenticular deoxys, the tag team sold as a PSA 9, turned into a PSA 10, all the tinfoil hats about they're swapping cars, they're this, they're that. That stuff can build up over time. I mean, behind them, they have CGC grading fake cards, and they have like BGS. They bought BGS, so it's like
and SGC.
If and when there was a if CGC just had an immaculate record, it could be scary. Not for me, but for them. If I was someone that was heavily invested in the PSA slabs, I wouldn't be thrilled with what's going on right now, and I would ensure that like I had clean cards in those cases, because I've always been like I think grading labels are significantly overvalued generally. I understand and agree with like card condition being valued more, but like anyone who's been around for a while, anyone who's seen a lot of cards, like there are 10s that are 10s, and there's 10 that are 8s, and there's 8s that are 9s or 10s, and literally like any card can be any grade on any given day.
What did I say before? It's go in hungover with a poked eye, and you're giving 9s, and you should be giving 7s. Like it's just.
But at least for the 1 to 3 years, it's such a short time duration that I'm like, I've said some crazy things before. Of what Nat Turner could do, and what like, yeah, there's a lot that they could do. There's a lot they've already done, and people don't care because they're making a lot of money, and that's the momentum from that is going to go for a while. What's your favorite piece in Dan's stream room?
So it's either
I'm assuming like what they can see, right?
So I will say his sealed Mario boxes.
Oh, those aren't sealed.
Oh, they're not sealed.
No, I opened those.
Oh, all right. Well, so he has the coolest thing in this room, I think, is the clock. Honestly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the clock is off screen.
The clock is really cool. But if we're talking back wall stuff here, get up and get out of the way for a second.
Yeah, I don't have 30 grand right here, 40, whatever those two would be. I opened those back when they were 10 grand for the pair.
I don't know. This Utica beer dude is really killing it for me.
1930s chalkware, almost 100 years old. It's like paper mache almost. Chalkware, Breweriana. That's one of my favorite pieces, to be honest, in the background too.
I also love the Brad Shame card. I think that the Brad Shame card really goes up top.
My Indigo Game Boy Advance, my Deus Ex sealed. That game was so good. Yeah, I feel like that's Game of the Year edition. I think it got a lot of praise. But
which one?
Deus Ex.
Oh, Deus Ex.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't met a lot of people that have played that game. Empires: Dawn of the Modern World. I think a lot more people know like Age of Empires, that franchise. But it's another RTS. Empires was amazing.
The Evolution's 20th box that's a cool box too, with the Charizard in it.
That one's from Rusty too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I kept the one PSA 10 gray felt hat. I kept that when it was $700, and now it's up to $3,000 or whatever the hell it is. I should, but
sell it.
Kind of like the Evolutions booster box hiding behind the Utica Club beer tap. I'm gonna keep one. I'm gonna keep one for probably forever. Just as a memory of a time.
Pristine MetaZoo cards in here.
Yeah, I got Quaxley, I got Bigfoot, I got Rudy Claus, I got my promo.
The Griddle Greaser Pete.
Yeah, the GGP. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
GGP. I love it.
Oh man.
Kickstarter Bigfoot. Oh, hold on. He's got the OG Lime Game Boy back there too. Lime is where
it's not my childhood one. I sold my childhood one back on eBay years ago. But that's a sealed one that I bought a while
It's
ago.
sealed?
Mhm.
The lime
Mhm.
green is the best one.
Yep.
That's how you knew you were a G, if you had the lime green.
Yep. That's what I had. Lime green with Pokemon yellow. That was the play. Here we go. Here's a good one. Galaxy wants to know, how did you know it was time to do Pokemon full time? Good question.
That's a great question, Galaxy. So I was a union iron worker for 15 years. Very, very tough job. There was a day I came home from work, and it was after the stuff with my chest and all that stuff was happening. Life's too short, man, to do something that you hate every day. I came home. I remember just standing in the kitchen. I was just like, what am I doing with myself? And then literally like 2 weeks later, I pulled the pin, got offered to work with Cardinal, and went full time. I think it was just years of not enjoying what I was doing and not feeling fulfilled with what I was doing. It really didn't have anything to do with market trends or anything like that. It just, I knew it was time. I think Wonder said something to me on a live one time, and he was like, one day it's just going to be out of your control and you're just going to end up hopping in. And that's kind of what it was. Like work was weird. And again, like I had all that stuff going on. So I just kind of made the leap. And just people say this all the time, and you should do it too, but you have to trust in yourself and just go with what you're doing. I think that's one of the biggest things. I think not enough people trust themselves. Not enough people believe in themselves to do stuff. Like, if you're unhappy with what you're doing in life, like just make the small changes, and it's just small changes, a little bit at a time. I mean, I didn't go full time right away. I didn't hop right into full time. I got into the hobby again in like 2020. Again, I left for a year and then really came back and started learning the hobby. First graded card I bought was from Dan. It was a Psyduck, a Munch Psyduck Scream PSA 9, which I wish I still had because I think it's gone through the roof too. But
those cards are crazy.
And I remember just looking at the card, and it's like said Pokenomics on the back and all that, and I was just like, this is so cool. And then the rabbit hole started, and it took years of learning stuff and figuring things out to finally feel comfortable. And that was it. That was the big thing.
Walrus has a
advice
follow-up.
Advice if you don't believe in yourself. I don't know what to tell you, my man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's awesome. I hope that answered your question, Galaxy. Good seeing you, by the way.
Then 90% of my collection is prismatic ETBs. Should I diversify into some Evolved Skies? Prismatic has good hype and is new though, but worried about crowns not aging well. You mentioned collection instead of like portfolio. So I don't know whether this is investment or what this is exactly, but very personal. Like I will never tell people what to do. I have some of both. I have a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit of a set picker in that I'll go deeper, but I kind of go deeper proportional to what I see on the streams. Like last year on stream, we ripped 25,000 packs of prismatic. We probably only ripped, because it's older, because it's more expensive, but we only ripped a few thousand packs of evolving, if that even, because it's just so much more. But I set pick to the extent that the items sell, but are you cash basis? Can you trade into one? The frictional fees, like how much is that going to eat into what you're doing? There's so many layers. As always, Dan on the fence. It depends.
This man has so many spreadsheets.
Yeah.
I have never seen there's graphs on spreadsheets now. Like, this is amazing. What's it? Kindred Lego. Why do you think the crowns are not going to age well? I really like prismatic. I really think the crowns don't do anything to distract from how beautiful those cards actually are. I know people didn't like the crowns when it came out, but it kind of just seemed like people stopped talking. It was something new and people didn't like it and they talked trash on it. And in 20 years, I feel like people would be like, man, those crowns are really cool. It's the yearly, or not yearly, it's the generational gimmick that they put on. I know Gigantamax and VMAX cards, like it's all the same to me. I think the crowns look good, especially in that set. Prismatic Evolutions was the best the best use of crowns for sure.
Graphs on spreadsheets. Are we in the future? and look at things like primes right now. Some of those are because they're obscenely low pops, but look at what primes are doing and level X's, and people have a way of like people hating on the crowns, and in 5, 10, 15, depending how the market goes overall. But yeah, I think both sets are great. I have a decent amount of both. If I was 90% on one set, just the nature of the way that I am, I would probably try to diversify a little bit. But absolutely, that's like that's no advice towards you. Like very personal. What do you have the ability to do? Again, the frictional fees, I would base it more on that. If you have to take a 30% haircut, shipping and eBay fees and however, I wouldn't take a 30% haircut to switch into something else. But if you have somebody local who will trade ETB cases X amount for booster box, like more likely to in that scenario.
Sheffy, what's up, homie? Good seeing you, bud.
Oh, there's Chef.
There
right
he
there.
is.
How's it going? I missed that one. Yeah, we are in the future. Graphs all over the spreadsheets. This is my master spreadsheet. It's all the inbound, all the outbound, all the sales.
It's wild. I'm literally looking. There's 4 graphs on this spreadsheet.
They're all hectic. when I have a buy, it goes here. It feeds into the inventories. Like this is
I love it.
This is one of my juiciest spreadsheets we've got for sure. All my allocations, all my too much stuff in one spreadsheet probably.
Look at that, 22 starred questions. Let's go. You can finally remove the horrible one if it's you. Like,
we're booming.
What a bum.
How messy are things off camera? Can Dan be on a hoarder show, hoard them all collectibles, or sell them all collectibles?
It's Dan has a lot.
We're breaking ground on a new warehouse space later this summer.
Yeah, Dan's got quite a bit in here. I saw where he keeps a few things.
We got bulk Medizu cards. We got empty boxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is as clean as it gets. Okay, this is as clean as it's getting.
If the camera falls down, if the camera flips over backwards, it's darkness. We don't have much room. Down beside me, I've got PSA 9 graded light booster packs. He's got his sunglasses on, a stack of
these are
ill-advised PSA 7 cello packs of Ancient Mew. There's stuff all over the place.
We got Cryptid Nation booster boxes, Nightfall. Like the amount of MetaZoo this man has,
PSA magazines,
unbelievable.
Old Zoo, new Zoo, all of it. Yeah, it's I could be on some of those hoarding shows. Dan, why do you think Sword Shield is cheap relative to SV? SV is newer, so much cheaper, and has so much potential to grow. Things like Prismatic, Destiny Rivals 151, Evolving Skies Fusion.
Newer is better.
Yeah, newer, betterer. One thing that kills me with Scarlet Violet is like I'm quite confident that I will get more prismatic at wholesale, or at least some ratio of wholesale. Very recently, I didn't get it in booster boxes. Again, I can't control the configuration they put the packs into, but I'm confident I will get more Ascended Heroes, more Destined Rivals, more Prismatic in some configuration. I'm getting booster bundles of Destined and Prismatic. I just got 151 mini tins recently. I don't know what that was. That probably wasn't a reprint. That was probably a restock, found a pallet, whatever. But
they're still there though.
I'm very confident that Sword Shield is not going to be printed more. So that's one part of it. That's kind of as deep as it is, really. It's not much deeper than that. But one thing that I'll say, 2 years ago when the pallet endeavor started, I loved buying cases of everything for sub 500. People lose sight on the fact that what you have to pay for a Destined Rivals booster box today. When I started the pallets, let me pull up Bulbapedia. When I started the pallets, what set was a year old? Probably Paldea Evolved.
I thought he was going to pull up another spreadsheet.
Yeah, Paldea Evolved. Actually, I can if we want to go that way. So, Scarlet and Violet base was just over a year old. Paldea Evolved was just under a year old. Let's go to the pallet spreadsheet.
Dude, Scarlet and Violet base is not even it's 3 years old now. It's 3 years old on the 31st. That's wild.
So pallet number 1 was born nearly on Paldea Evolved's birthday. And you know what I was putting? Cases. This is not boxes. Cases of Paldea Evolved. I was putting cases of that on my pallets for $630 a piece. That was market. I was able to buy them at 85, 90% of market. Obsidian, $570 per case. Zard UPC cases, $440 a case. Crown Zenith ETB cases, $430 a case. Not an ETB, $430 a case. 151 ETB cases, $570 a case for 10 of them.
UPC cases.
So last time that I was bullish, like when I made this pallet, it's look at the comments. Pinned one, ZNG Emporium. This could not be more of a top signal. Sell it all. Like it was funny. It was funny the amount of pushback. Like in 2026, if I say that a set that's less than 6 months old has a chance to going to MSRP in the next 2 years, if I say that, people off with his head. This guy's crazy. This guy's a bear. If I say there's a chance of that, 2 years ago, when I said I'm selling my dad into half of a pallet for all the, we weren't talking MSRP. We were talking $80, $90 a booster box for every set printed in the last year. It's like the whiplash. It's not been 2 years. The whiplash between off with his head, he's selling his dad into these terrible investments, he's scamming his dad, and now it's like Dan's lost it. He thinks boxes can go under MSRP. The whiplash between those two times is crazy. Like how people are just so irrationally exuberant. I don't know what more to say. I will be here ranting every week. Like, subscribe, do all the things, ring the bell. I will be yelling at the clouds on like how insane everyone is. Everyone has lost their minds. I cannot believe what is going on right now.
I can't believe those market price numbers, those market numbers compared to what you paid for.
Stay tuned. 2 months. 2 months. I'm going to be.
What's 2 years, right? It'll be 2 years.
This isn't even current. This is saying that an ETB case of 151 is. Why is this saying it's so low? 2,077. 151 ETBs are 600 a piece.
Oh,
I don't know why this is so low. I must have it pulling. It's pulling the wrong item or something. But yeah. This case that I put them on my pallet less than 2 years ago at 570. Let me pull up 151 ETBs. In less than 2 years, these things have 10x. It's lunacy to me that
case right there. Jeez.
There's an ETB 611. ETBs today are more than, well, an ETB is more than a case, so they've 10x. An ETB is more than a case when I made the pallet. And
wild.
The majority of people back when I started the pallet were like, Dan, that's kind of crazy. Dan, investing in Pokemon Modern is like done. It's
Mason Dan's a marathon runner. These victory laps.
It's the hilarious thing. The thing that always gets me too is people victory lap on me. The amount of people in my DMs, the amount of people in my comment section on like 10-month-old videos when I said I didn't ever tell anyone. I never told anyone to not buy Destined at 250. I never told anyone to not buy Destined at 300. I told people why I wasn't. I'm not buying Destined at 300 because of this. And people would lose their minds.
Yep.
And you know what I was buying instead? I was buying 151 at 9. How's 151 at 9 aging?
Great.
Better than Destined at 250. Better than Destined at 300. So it's like these things, talk versus walk, cosplay investors. Let me fill out your bingo cards, ladies and gents. It blows my minds.
Can you scam me? You scammed your dad, please.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when I look at the spreadsheets and when I hear like maybe we'll never go back fully to that, I can get on board with like new normal, blah blah blah, demand and streaming, but we will go back to somewhere in the vicinity of this again, and that's why I don't love SV. I like Sword Shield a little bit more because it's older, but I don't love anything in today's market. Generally speaking, I'm trying to sell more than I buy. Booming, yada, 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 buckets. Again, fill out your bingo cards. Well, we're not going for one bingo line. We're going to blot out the whole card. We're going for it. More people should, in my opinion, be thinking about selling more in times like this, because these times do not last forever. And then you buy and you build pallets in times where everything is available. MSRP is not the goal. Historically speaking, you can get things at 60% of MSRP for 27 of the 30 years of Pokemon's history. 90% of the time, if you're keeping track at home, you can get stuff for 60% of MSRP.
It's wild.
Yeah.
How would you decide what graded cards to send? You should send all your graded cards to Dan so he can sell them on Fanatics.
Yeah. ZNG, who's that? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, don't know that, man.
Sorry, BEERSKI, I'm gonna have to do it to you because you are right where the Fanatics rates lay. Sorry, BEERSKI, but consign today. Catch them all collectibles. Higher payout rates.
Oh,
insured inbound shipping. PayPal friends and family payouts. I say all that, but like honestly, if you are married to eBay, I would urge you to try a little bit of everything. And but if you're married to eBay, James is a great guy, close friend. I meme with him in Discords. I text with him all the time. I would have no reservation sending to James. Cam, great guy. Golden consignment, like Cam's great. Heritage, buyer premium. I don't know how much they work with people. I don't really have as good of relationships with them, so like I don't really know. But
what do you think about Probstein?
Voldemort. We do not speak the name. He said he who shall not be named. Yeah, I think all of them are fine, barring Voldemort. There's a lot of them in the space. Great payout rates, fully insured inbound shipping. Some of them, friends and family, Zelle, all that stuff. Some of them, but do the math on it all. Check out the comps. Check out the sold. And it's great. It's crazy that you can net out 95% and have someone else with the name, the brand, the trust do the labor of it.
All the work.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Because you can't net that out. You sell by yourself on eBay, you're netting 83, 84% with shipping and all that stuff. And
yeah.
You're losing 17% right off the bat. So
he uttered the name in my home, in my office.
You are cursed.
So for sealed, I do some sealed through Golden. I do some sealed through DC Sports. I do some sealed through Sealed Shiz Consignments. So every avenue, I have multiple outlets, and I have the streams. I have all the different things. No more Voldemort talk. Let me make sure I have everything starred.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah, Brian also got the 151 displays, and I didn't pay like distro price, but I want to say, and maybe Brian probably paid a little bit lower price, older or bigger account at least, maybe not older, but a fair bit bigger. I think I paid $7 a pack, like mini tin displays.
That's awesome.
Is there 10? There's 10 mini tins with 2 packs each, 20 packs.
10 or 8, yeah.
I think I paid $150 for a mini tin display. I got like 2 or 4 displays or something, not much, but I was paying like $7.50 a pack for $25 151. Like, yes, give me it all, please. Sword Shield 1 to 4 just has nothing going on. The only new thing they introduced was Rainbow Trainers. I don't have a whole lot of Base or Rebel, even Darkness and Vivid. I have some, but I have more of the latter half of Sword Shield. But everything I have is out there. All the reasons I'm buying what I'm buying are out there. My levels of transparency are as far as I'm aware, unmatched, unrivaled. I'm one guy with one thesis, with one investing plan. And if you want to follow along, see what I'm doing and why, but please don't blindly follow me. Don't Brian's great, smart guy doing massive things in the space. Alex, like whoever you're engaging with, like don't blindly follow anybody. Take in what other opinions are out in the space, and then be a big boy, be a big girl, make your own adult decision, and don't offload the blame, don't offload the props either. Like I have some people in my DMs. I know I've heard other people talk about it. Like, oh Dan, thanks. I didn't make you do anything. If you watched my video and you decided to do something for yourself and you made a bunch of money, great. I love that for you. But like, that's not me. That's you. You made that decision. Props to you for having done that. That's where I come from. BEERSKI red light rant. What do you have to get off your chest? What drama can we fire up?
Cooley Bear. Let me think for a few minutes. We'll get a red light going.
Put him on the spot.
We'll get a red light going. It's hard to be red lighted when everything's so like
life is good.
Life is good. It's hard to be upset with things in the hobby right now when there's so much opportunity out there. So if you don't like something about it, you can just move on, man. Like, and I believe me, Quilly, I will think about something to be mad about for sure. Like, why aren't there more Absol cards? Like, let's get mad about that, Quilly. And I know you're on board with that. So
Shout out to Zorner and baby Zornita. Gonna be doing some tummy time tomorrow, listening back. Have a good night, Zorner. Brian says, you'd be way better blindly following Dan than following me with 2020 vision. That's actually hilarious. Oh man. No, I always shout out, like, my favorite content is, I don't agree. I barely agree 100% with myself. I listen back to myself and it's like, but I don't blindly follow anyone. I just like hearing from and engaging with people doing things at a very high level. I listen to some of Brian's content. I listen to some of Alex and Eli. I listen to Rudy, people who are doing things in the space at a high level. I don't agree. I won't agree with everything they have to say, but I just want to hear what they're saying and think behind the logic or lack of logic behind what they're saying. And then I do my own thing at the end of the day. Best days of the week to end auctions on eBay. Thoughts on 7 versus 10 day. In a market like this, I don't think you can go wrong. I think a lot of people are too honed in on like Sunday or bust.
Yeah.
I did an investigation years ago in the Patreon deep dive. Monday, in my small sample size, was the best on what I did then. But they're all fine. We're booming. Someday it'll matter more. Right now, it doesn't matter that much, to be quite honest with you.
Z is literally posting record auctions every single day.
His all due, though, end on Sunday.
Yeah.
He posts them when they pay. Sometimes they take a couple days to pay. But so James is all Sunday. Golden is mostly Sundays. Fanatics is all Sundays. 10 day, Thursday to Sunday. But I've flashed some stuff in to Fanatics where it runs like 3 or 4 days instead of 10. It gets the same prices. That might not be a forever thing, but in this market, you really can't go wrong, I think. Pullfather wants to know, dang, Kickstarter Cryptid Nation is at an all-time low. Is it a buy? Will we see a vintage MetaZoo boom like Pokemon? Scary thing about MetaZoo, original MetaZoo, printed in China. I've heard scary things about different amounts of the old product. I've publicly disclosed this before. I co-own Meta 2, the company that bought MetaZoo, that licenses to the GQL. I always have to do all the disclaimers. But one big thing when we bought MetaZoo was like, China just can't happen. It IP laws, their lack of care towards any of that, some amount of conversations and information about like the intended and disclosed print runs and how much product may or may not have been floating around various locations. And I have a few Kickstarter booster boxes. If I've not sought them out in a long time. If and when I saw one going for a few $100, I might grab one, fully knowing the risk. But no, I generally, again, adult decision, do whatever, but like I'm not doing it, and those are the reasons why I'm not doing it.
YOLO it, dude. Just YOLO. Just send it. It doesn't matter. Because you can get, listen, it's multiple, and he said it multiple times.
EV averages out.
Yeah, it averages out. Like you can get cooked on 50 of them because the wrong grader picked them up that day, or you can win on 50 of them, or you can win on 100 of them because it's the law of averages.
Long-term averages, it averages out. The only distinction, like I have insurance inbound, outbound. I focus more on like if I'm hitting an insurance limit, if my risk is too much on losing X amount, and everyone's number is different. Some people can't stomach $1,000 loss. Some people can't stomach a $25,000 loss, $100,000. Everyone's number is different. So like, do it more based on tangible, actual things. Don't do it on tinfoil hat conspiracies. And I've sent 50 of the same card in a row, and I've PSA 10 50 cards in a row. The whole like 9 tax and do that. Like I don't play those games. I split up submissions based on inventory flow and the cost of shipping and insurance and actual tangible things that matter and are real. With higher market prices but lower allocation amounts, are LGS owners making more or less than previous years? That is a sentiment justification they put out there. Everyone's situation is different. Again, high levels of transparency here. Years ago, I would buy my allocations weren't a thing. So years ago, I was not allocated. I had access to wholesale. Let's say Primal Clash, Roaring Skies. I had access to wholesale Roaring Skies. I could buy to my heart's content. I didn't have the capital at the time, but I could have bought a pallet of Roaring Skies for $85, $5 a box or whatever I was paying at the time. I bought my 4 cases and I set them back, and 2 or 4 cases, whatever it was, ripped a couple, did singles, did some grading. P Football Pete on eBay was like $89.99. You know how many boxes I sold of Roaring? Like 0. I couldn't feasibly sell it. I didn't have a name. I didn't have a brand. I wasn't catchemallcollectibles.com at the time. I didn't have a following to sell any product. So like me personally, my story is that I sold nothing back then. Like I literally had an allocation to just get easy product. I was paying a slight premium in some ways at some times to get the product for a decade. Like for a decade, mostly 2020, 2021, and then recently. So I guess 9 of the 12 years, I've just been buying it for the ease or whatever. Today, Perfect Order is landing on my, half of it landed today from one distro, half it's landing tomorrow from the other distro. I'm paying $100.60 a box. I'm turning that stuff around for $100 profit a box. I'm making way more money today in this market. I don't love it. I have the rip and ship. So like today I have things that I didn't have years ago. Could I make more if it was all I wanted at 100? I don't know. It's a very complex multivariable equation to solve for. But I think some people saying that are saying the things that they're supposed to say. They're reading the PR line that they're supposed to read. And then I think some people, that's an actual truth. What it would be for me, I don't know. But I told you 10 years ago, Dan, and I told you today, Dan. And but I'm very different from what I was. So, yeah, that's a typical Dan. nuance, gray area, lots of things.
Where's the fence, bro?
Yeah. I'm sitting right on it. This is not a secret lab chair. This is actually a fence that I'm set on here.
Hi, vertical people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to check in with the vertical people. Yeah, I am starting more questions. Let me actually grab this one. I'm currently investing about $300 a month. Rest goes into saving stocks. What's a reasonable play for that low level of investment? Anything that jumps to mind there?
Whatever you're interested in, whatever piques your interest, invest in what you like. Be it singles, be it booster packs. Obviously, your dollars will be. It'll depend on how much you could stretch your dollars based on what you're picking up. But don't chase after what other people are chasing after. Chase after what you want in the hobby. Because there's just so much to it, and limiting yourself what everyone else is doing is kind of a disservice to you, especially if you're just getting into the hobby and you're now just putting money into it. Dude, like, collect what you like and invest what you like. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I would echo the same sentiment. Sadly, again, years ago, 300, you could have saved up for a couple months and you could have bought a case. You could have bought a case of anything from the prior year, anything. You could have bought an ETB case of a few sets at the time. 300 doesn't go that far in today's market. I guess you could get a booster box of a couple different things. But yeah, buy into what you enjoy, buy into what works for you, buy into risk-adjusted potential future return, all that stuff. Like, there's too many layers. What I'm buying is very public, very out there. Again, don't just copy me or anything. But yeah. This chat is jumping me everywhere. So you don't have to super chat to ask a question, but one thing is, like, your question will be answered quicker if you do super chat. I will jump you to the front of the line. It's like the fast pass. Right now, everyone's in a line.
It's like the
sometimes, like, I need to get like a that would actually be cool. I feel like that's an AI thing that I could build. My AI could look at, like, you know how you go to Disney and it's like 45 minutes to the front of the line. I need to have a little ticker here that's like saying, hey, Dan is currently 60 minutes behind chat. $1 pass to the front. Like, hey, time is valuable.
And then everyone can give you sideways looks as you saunter to the front of the line.
Yep. I mean, all depends on how you value your time. If you're here anyways, if you're here listening to us for the next hour, you may as well wait. You may as well do it for free. But if you've got somewhere to be, I see someone going for it. If you've got somewhere to be, it's like $1 for an hour of your time. I mean, yeah, that sounds plus EV and a boom, especially. And I should have mentioned this, but shout out to Pokey and E. congrats on the new trainer entering the arena.
Oh, let's go.
We got
congrats,
Zornita
man.
out there. It sounds like we soothed her to sleep.
Awesome.
We were her lullaby. So I believe he had a girl, right? I think so. I believe Brian had a daughter. Yeah, so many questions. We did that one. How do you feel about the repricing of Japanese vintage, both slabs and sealed? Relative to certain things in the hobby, I think it was grossly underpriced. I think even today, after some things having been massively repriced, I think there are always like gross, at least for how I value them, there are gross discrepancies between what you're paying and what you're getting. SM Pratism, price is what you pay, value is what you get. That's a fabulous thing. One thing I've done consistently over the past 12 years is I've bought things I value more than the market, and I've sold things I value less than the market. Am I going to get everything perfectly right? Not whatsoever. I will never time tops perfectly. I will never time bottoms perfectly. But again, a year ago, I was looking at the market. I had the choice between, Dan, do you want to buy prismatic loose packs at 9, or do you want to buy 151 loose packs at 9? Dan, do you want to buy 151? What were 151 ETBs a year ago? Like I didn't buy a ton of them then. I wish I had bought more, obviously.
So cheap.
But if I was given a choice between Destined Rivals at market a year ago and 151 ETBs at market a year ago, or 80-90% of market, absolutely I would have went 151. So like having these discrepancies, like it's great that we value different things differently. What are your thoughts on Japanese vintage and all that?
So I'm a big fan of Japanese cards altogether. Like the newer modern stuff, I love the texture on it. I think, I don't understand why Japanese is so undervalued with a lot of things, like why there's multiple X's of price on English cards just because they're English. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of room to grow in Japanese still, from both vintage and modern.
Oh, and I said all that. I went on that fast pass rant, and I forgot we had one. Sorry, Pull Father. He paid $4.99 too. It only cost $1 to get to the front of the line. He paid up, and I took another question in front of him. I've been offered a partnership/sponsor with a pretty big company. Contingent, I changed my username away from Pull Father. Thoughts?
I have thoughts on this.
The Pull Father. It only takes one.
Yeah. Be you, baby. Be you. If you are the Pull Father to everyone, be you. Don't change your name for anyone. I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah, be you, man. Listen, yeah, be you.
And I guess I don't know if there's any like deep lore behind the Pull Father. Like if like I am Catch 'em All Collectibles, but like what that entails is like I'm terrible at coming up with names. In hindsight, I think Catch 'em All Collectibles is 20 characters. It's a mouthful. Some people spell it wrong. You have over in the UK, they do collectibles with an A. We do it with an I. Some people do it with an A, even in the US. Horrible name, horrible branding. If I had some massive opportunity, I'm not like married to Catch 'em All Collectibles. So like I don't know the lore, I don't know the history, but like if there were some big opportunity where I had to change my name from Catch 'em All Collectibles, I would probably change my name from Catch 'em All Collectibles. I would probably pay some firm to design me a new logo and new branding. And like, this was me on a random day. It's like, I need to incorporate as an S Corp and I need a name to do that. And I'm not married to my name is what I'm saying. So it's, yeah, Mason says, WTF, get that bag. Put a value on that. Like, again, I've built up a decent brand, I think, as Catch 'em All Collectibles. But like, I like to think if I go and I change the name of the YouTube, it's not like you need to delete them. They allow you to change your name. If I change the name of the Fanatics, if I change the name of the eBay, the Instagram, all the different things, the YouTube, all the followers are still there. All the subscribers are still there. It'll be like a few months. It's kind of like the whole CGC. We were talking about this at one of the card shops. The blue label was everything, and the uproar. Dan is no longer Catch 'em All Collectibles. BEERSKI and Ponga and all these guys, like they were Catch 'em All Collectibles in 3 months, 6 months. People would have forgot what that guy used to go by. Don't even remember. Like it's, in my opinion, at least, it's not that deep.
I mean, I guess remember when CT scanning was a thing?
Yeah, the amount of things that come, like I have less than
Yeah.
10K subs. It's not that deep in my opinion. If the opportunity was $500 a year to be partnered with, like,
well, yeah, I mean,
it's
I
all
guess,
a scale thing. It's all a
yeah.
scale thing.
I mean, pull father, if it's gonna pull you out of doing what you're doing, even though I think you like what you do, and if you can, I mean, it's up to you, man. But you're the pull father. You the man.
As always, the answer is a very, very personal decision there, depending on a lot of nuance, depending on a lot of specifics that we don't know. Going back to the start of questions. DJ's Pokey Center, nice to see you in here. Question: do you think more people came in during Scarlet and Violet and soon Mega than Sword and Shield? What would cause the hype for Sword Shield? Is it boomers from 2021 or something else? This is one of the questions that, like, I'll go to my standard answer is, like, I don't think that deeply, to be honest, about all this stuff. I think so many people get caught up in the 20 years later, everyone who was in it then, and there's probably like good merit to that conversation, but I always go back to let me put more energy where I have more control. And I go back more to, like, I know that this isn't getting reprinted, this I'm less confident in. So it sounds crazy to say, I would rather buy Destined in a year in a year or 2 years at 1,000 than today at 600. Dan, how does that make sense? Like, wouldn't you want to 50, 60% increase your money? Like, I just don't believe it. It doesn't feel as real. It will feel more real. It will, like, I'm always going to pay 80%. I'm always going to pay 80, 85, 90% and then sell for my markup, make my spread between wholesale and retail. So I don't get married to any of it that much. And if you want to go super data, it's like Pokemon video game sales by generation, Pokemon print runs by generation, all these different things that you could look at. And I think there's merit to all that. But I'm a data guy, but then also there's times where it's like the difference between the data and, like, how much actual effect it has, it just feels like there's way too much more noise than one can realize. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think I don't know, the people that come into the hobby. It's a very small, like, people are in and out of the hobby so frequently. Now, right now, obviously, we're booming really hard, so people are tending to stick around a little bit. But I think if you came in during Sword and Shield, you're going to have an affinity for Sword and Shield, and that'll cause hype for you to buy into some Sword and Shield stuff. I'm not. I think I don't like Mega as a like generation. It's not like it's an add-on to Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, but I just think that Sword and Shield will have the boomers from that era, and then the Scarlet. It's when you come in. It's when you come into the hobby, and it's what you like. I love Vivid Voltage as a set, and it's because I came in during that time. I love Sword and Shield as a generation because that's when I really started cutting my teeth in the hobby. I think that depends on a lot of it.
And one thing I'll add too is the nature in which people can engage in the hobby when they come in. Like, I think, look at the prices, look at the print runs, look at all that stuff. I think there's a good argument to be made that, like, data-wise, more people came in during Scarlet and Violet. But, like, it is truly a negative thing that a lot of people can't go to Walmart, can't go to Target and not get elbowed in the face and all these. That's negative. Pokemon does not enjoy that over a long duration. If this happens for 10 years, even if the print runs go up, even if it seems like more people are engaging, at the end of the day, again, I don't overall buy into the game piece army and the MSRP and think of the children. But to some extent, that is real. To some extent, like I grew up and I think of Toys R Us and I think of, like, seeing the product there and buying some amount of it and saving up and going to KB Toys and buying the dollar packs 3 years later when no one wanted them anymore. If and when we go through a 5-year period, an 8-year period, a 10-year period where product is just not on the shelf, and that's truly what a lot of this latter SV and the entire Mega Evolution era, that's generally not that good. Maybe more quantity is being done because of the gluttonous consumption of the few, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, that's That's my ranty, rambly edition. What's the worst Pokemon YouTuber name? I think Catch 'em All Collectibles is pretty bad. I don't know. And P Football Pete, I don't think is like an amazing name. Like P Football Pete, where do I get Pokemon from that? He does a lot of sports, but he sells a lot of product. I think a name honestly is not super deep. I think it's the business that you do, and sometimes it's not even the business that you do. Shout out to Voldemort for having a pretty bad name that doesn't relate to Pokemon whatsoever, doing all these shady, questionable things, and yeah.
Dude, so many
questions behind it. It's nuts.
Bro, let's rapid fire some.
What's your estimate of packs open daily? 100K, 500K, a million. Oh God. We opened 180,000 packs last year, so we're opening 500 a day just on Fanatics Live, PK and Ponga. There's 12 billion cards printed a year recently, so that's a billion packs, so 100 million packs a month ish. I would think millions are being opened a month. They have to be, right? If they're printing, am I doing the math right? 100 million packs a month, a billion packs a year they're printing. And that's Chinese and energy cards and Japanese and blah, blah, blah. But millions of packs are being opened a month, certainly. Look at the pop reports. Look at a new set comes out, and the pull rates are 1 in 1,000, 1 in 2,000. Not much of a rapid fire answer here, but millions. I actually have a high level of confidence that it's millions of packs a day. It's got to be, right?
A day?
A month. Sorry. I was switching my duration.
Daily.
I was switching my duration. So millions a month, almost, like certainly. So
you could definitely be in the
I would say
100K area a day.
I would say that's 100,000 plus. Million a day, 30 million a month, 360 million a year. That would only be 36% of the 100 million. I think a million a day, like it's going to be highest at release day, and then it's going to wane down. I think a release day is millions. I think a release day is millions. I think in between the sets, like it's going to be peaks and valleys. Peaks being release days. Destined Rivals is going to be higher than a Journey Together, things like that. But I think the average is hundreds of thousands, average spread out, and I think the biggest days are a million or millions.
That's wild to even think about a million packs being ripped.
Interesting to just start out one way with the math and then go. And some of those are 5 cards per pack, Japanese. Some of those are all over the place too. Vintage PSA 9s of popular Pokemon. Some are undervalued. Some are not.
Yeah, undervalued.
Yeah. What happens if Consignment sells a resealed pack box case slab? Everyone deals with it differently. So slabs are like, if you send a slab and it's fake, it's going to get rejected by me and or Fanatics, and so that's not really going to be an issue. I don't sell sealed currently on Consignment, so like, what would I do? I know Josh has talked about this some. If and when it ever happens, he's going to go back to the consigner. But yeah, probably case by case. Read the terms and conditions for who you're consigning with. Dying stores sell off their inventories to Rudy, but do they ever sell their LLC business, which includes distro access with a purchase history? That is one thing that I talked about a little bit recently. I know PK has mentioned it in some of his streams too. Some institutional money, they're not necessarily going to TCG Player and buying Destined Rivals booster boxes, buying them on eBay. There are big companies in the past couple of years that have sold right under your noses. So some of them are continuing operations under the same name, different ownership. So that is absolutely happening for sure. Hit me up if anyone wants to buy. Not dying, but if someone wants to buy Catch 'em All Collectibles, there's a number. There's a number for almost everything.
That's not a dollar start, though, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not a dollar start for shipping.
That is not a dollar start, guys.
No, that's a big multiple over any reasonable number that anyone would throw my way. Should I rip my Japanese 151 booster box or sell it and buy some raw?
Do you have just one box or you have like multiple boxes? If it's one box, I don't think it's not going to be worth ripping it to get nothing out of the box. It's just, I would keep the box and maybe purchase some singles on the side.
Yeah, do whatever brings you more EV.
Yeah.
EV could be both financial and it could be also experiential, happiness, joy, all that stuff. I just started watching your videos. I'm going all in on your blueprint. Blueprint is throw everything at the wall, see what sticks, lean into what you're good at, lean into what you enjoy, lean into what makes you money. For anyone that missed that, that's an hour-long video condensed into 10 seconds. As someone who's more knowledgeable about the high-end boxes selling privately, I'm actually not super knowledgeable about the high-end boxes selling privately. This would be like a Pokey Plumber question. Shout out to Nick. I have no idea what Call of Legends booster boxes are worth right now. No clue. That's above my pay grade. I looked into one source that might have had one, but they don't currently have one. So you know of any Call? These guys got real big there.
No, I do not know of any Call of Legend booster boxes that are available to anyone, unfortunately.
Do rip and shippers and LGS commonly pay 85% for loose packs in bulk, or is that not enough for margins? Sorry, BEERSKI, I'm gonna have to cover your face again with the hot buy list.
Bring it up.
We're a week old. Let me get the newest one. There's the newest one. So sorry, BEERSKI.
Okay.
I'm paying 85% on my hot buy list every Monday. The floor is 80%, and sometimes it's higher. But I can make margin on certain packs at certain times at 85%. Am I gonna buy Pokemon Go at 85%? Am I gonna buy Scarlet and Violet base at 85%? No. It's gonna be proportional to like the sell through and yada yada. But yeah, that happens sometimes, and sometimes it's less and different everywhere. How likely is it that TPCI is building stock to release in a large crushing wave? I don't think they can keep up. I think they're treading water. I think they're will things come in chunks and whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't have much insight into how all that goes.
I also just don't see how that benefits them to drop it all at once. Like, just trickle it. Keep doing what you're. The demand is so high right now. Just keep the demand high. Keep it high, baby.
Yeah, they don't love product not being on the shelves for more people to engage with and it to be more like out there, but they also don't intentionally want to like, oh, let's destroy this market. They didn't love boxes being $90 everywhere either.
No.
So like, it's very hard. Pokemon has a very hard job of trying to get boxes around that MSRP, trying to get it to where people see value, people seek it out to retain value, to make money, whatever. And then also have the access to engage in it. It's very hard because like if you go too low, it sits at distro, people will go immediately to razor thin margins. And then if it goes too high, bot or scalper step in, and then so like boxes have a very hard time of being MSRP. They almost inherently have to be above or below. Like they just can't be. They can't be like too close to it, if that makes sense. I got 200K into my collection. Should I sell it and pay off my house, or try to go full time on Pokemon, make more money, and then pay off my house and keep grinding? Very personal decision. I had 7 figures in Pokemon, and I decided to sell 6 figures of it to pay off my house. So I have a lot of videos out there explaining what I did and why. Selling it all, having no cash flow, having no capital to do business with, I think could definitely be a mistake. Make sure, like, I paid off my house with $150,000 6 years ago, and you need to sell more than $150,000 to pay off $150,000. All the taxes you need to pay on the net gains, and so there's a lot of moving parts there, and very personal at the end of the day.
Super chat.
Yeah, super chat. What do you think on that one? Anything to add?
For the
selling everything, paying off the house.
I mean, I think Dan's talked about it multiple times in live too, where he had to sell multitudes more to be able to pay off his house. And all, I guess, and as he said, it's all very personal, and it depends on what you want to do when it comes to that. But I would definitely not sell everything. It again depends on what your mortgage rate is. It depends on when you bought the house, how much equity you have into it. Like there's a whole lot that goes into that, and it's hard to give you a one-off answer on that.
Yeah, just as an example, like if I owed 150,000 is about what I own in my house. If you're at a 40% tax rate, which probably about what I was at the time, you need to sell $250,000 worth of cards, pay 40% taxes, take that 40% haircut. 250,000 times 0.6, $150,000. So you might need to sell 250 grand to pay off $150,000 in debt. Like, you need to do the math on all of it, for sure. But yeah, very, very personal decision. $4.99 super chat. Jay Flint, if I wanted an Evolving Skies booster box case, could you source it or locate one?
eBay.
Watch out for Journey Together. Shout out to PokeSun, all the packaging, blah blah blah. Now that video has been made, like, props to PokeSun shouting that out. I'm not like a super detail oriented person. I don't have tons of cases of Evolving, but if you wanted one, I could theoretically try and find one. But like, that's not a big part of my business. I would be tacking on some amount of percentages. I would just do, like, I don't know if you have an Instagram, eBay, Instagram post, Golden, Heritage, like all these different places. They're selling all the time. There's a lot of them out there. They're selling all the time, 15 grand ish.
Collecticons network.
Yeah, if you put me in the middle, I'm gonna want to make my 5% or whatever, and it's just gonna cost you a little bit more. I'm not your ideal guy for that. But yeah, appreciate the super chat. Definitely don't buy Resticker Journey Together though. Whatever you do. Starting more questions. Do you think a lot of the people pumping Modern actually don't hold that much? Absolutely. There are a lot of cosplay investors out there. There are a lot of people, and it's kind of mean, but some people kind of need to be having someone being mean to them. Some of these people, like analysis paralysis, caught up in, do I sell my Destin to buy Journey? Do I sell my Journey to buy Perfect Order? Do I sell my Perfect Order? Do I sell that to buy Prismatic or Ascended? And it's like they've got a box, they've got a couple ETBs. The amount of the proportional like thought analysis paralysis relative to like the actual financial burden of the transactions going on, it's crazy. But then there are also people out there that are talking about it a lot, thinking about it a lot, that have $1 million in Modern Sealed Pokemon. So as with everything, it's a spectrum.
Yes.
But your average person,
the average,
very low amounts of
stuff. Yeah, you have
walk, very high amounts of talk.
You have to be careful who you're getting your information from. But that's with anything. Like, that's literally with anything.
Mm.
I just realized how huge the Quaxley is back there. Look at the head.
Oh yeah,
it's so big.
Yeah, he's a big boy. What's CGC going to do with stamped Dan Metazu card I'm sending in for consignment grading, finding all sorts of treasures these days? I don't know what they will do. I actually have I have some AGS. So somebody bought these, or they got them from buying a box for me. They had them AGS authenticated, the laser etched ones, and then they sold them back to me. I bought them back for my violence price, graded ones. The only graded ones that exist that weren't defaced in some way, I have some up there. I've only released a couple. Sky sold some. No, Sky gave them. We didn't sell them. Sky gave them away on a Metazu stream like several months ago at this point.
I have the business stamp one.
Yeah, the corporate.
I
don't even know where that's somewhere around here. The corporate seal. They might decline to grade them. I honestly don't know. You might be forfeiting those to the Fanatics machine.
Yeah, you might get like damaged on them, especially the ones that are.
Yeah,
they would be so authentication maybe. I think CGC would do it.
Does an LGS need a player base for allocations? Is that organized play partner still learning the terms? Every TCG is different. Since I'm catching all collectibles, we're probably talking Pokemon here, but I'm not certain. I don't know how it works. Java, go check out Java's channel, Java's Cards and Collectibles.
Mason,
he doesn't.
Yeah,
and Java's like a newly created LGS, and he doesn't have play actually. I guess that's why. So I guess Java's a good indicator. Java's gotten in like 1 or 2 distros, very minimal, if any, product from most of them. But I think he's a good indicator that you do need play along with it to get like any meaningful allocation. So every distro is probably slightly different rules and who you know, and there's always going to be variance in that. Consistently inconsistent, as with everything.
Teos cards.
Evolving Skies to 33K or the return of Jesus. I would say Evolving Skies to 33K
I think
first.
You have a better shot at that.
I would place my bets on that. Thoughts on Power Keepers Charizard Hollow? It's cool. Thumbs up to Charizard Power Keepers Hollow. So many great arts, so many different eras, 60,000 plus artworks or 80,000 plus, however many it is. Any advice when shipping high-end cards to be consigned besides adding insurance and crossing fingers? Consigned with Catchable Collectibles on Fanatics.
Get them up there.
You do not have to pay third-party carrier insurance.
Boom.
You send to my vault address here. You add signature tracking. Your package is fully insured for market value. In the event of loss, double box it, pack it securely. Your cardboard cutouts folded over into bubble things, into bubble up mailers, into boxes, all the things. Into all the things. Like, protect them well. My insurance wouldn't cover, like, oh, I shipped a slab and it was in a plain white envelope and it went through the USPS machine and cracked in half. My insurance wouldn't cover something insane like that. But if you double box it, if you tape it all around and all the good, like, you're going to be good to go. And not having to pay carrier shipping, that's a tangible benefit. That's of some dollar amount. Like, do the math on it. Factor it into your entire consignment mathematics. What's the retirement plan?
For me?
Yeah, we'll start with you. I'm going to start some more questions. I see you have 12 more comments.
Retirement plan. Ride the wave for as long as I can. So, guys, like, I worked a very manual labor job for a long time. I don't have that anymore. I don't foresee myself just retiring out of the hobby. I would definitely stay involved with the hobby in some capacity and continue to grind somewhat. I mean, I'm 37 years old right now, so I'm on the older end of hobbyists. I'm sure I'm on the older end of hobbyists in this chat right now. You know, I want to do this for as long as I possibly can. So I look at people like Gary King, who just, like, still very involved with the hobby, still doing cool stuff. Like, I don't think it's going to be an actual full retirement. It's more going to be like a step back from some duties and enjoy the fruits of my labor within the hobby.
I've said it before, but I consider my separation from the corporate world, the general world, like that's my first step towards retirement. I never envision being on a beach all day, every day. I never envision being on a golf course all day, every day. I'm going to always do something. But between 2021, I guess if we want to go back further, high school, between 2005 and 2021, counting schooling, counting working for my dad on the side, counting the internship with my company, counting Pokemon side hustle, the video game repair, the reselling coins and steins, I probably averaged between 2005 and 2021, 16 years, I probably averaged 70-hour work weeks over that duration, counting schooling, counting all that stuff. I had a very full schedule. These days, I mean, family has always been number one, but like different parts of your life, different grinds, all this stuff. I'm probably averaging 50 hours a week now. So I've distinctly, like, I've cut down my average annual working from 3,000 something hours a year into 2,000 something hours a year. And I envision 10 years after my kids graduate school, I'll probably take another distinct step down. I'll probably, and then I never will be zero though. I never see a time where I won't have all the digital vaults, all the different things that you can do with very little touch points, being able to do it from your phone around the world, on a cruise, on whatever travel you're doing. I'll always be doing something that's throwing off a little bit of profitability. But yeah, so that's what I envision. I envision, like, I've already taken one step towards, like, foot off the gas a little bit. The foot will come off the gas more in 10 or 15 years. And then every 10 or 15 years, I guess, the foot will come off the gas a little bit further.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah. We did get another super chat. So,
super chat.
Thoughts on prismatic bundle sealed cases holding a premium since they can't be weighed for God packs? I
don't think that has anything to do with the long term.
I think they'll hold some amount of a premium anyways, because like people love their cardboard. If the more layers of cardboard that you can put the cardboard into, wrap some plastic, wrap some tape, grade it. They're grading booster boxes soon. When are they going to grade our prismatic bundle cases? Probably someday. Soon. So yeah, the more the better. The whole God pack weighing angle. One thing though, I mean, when they're inevitably $20,000 a bundle case, I mean, you can CT scan them though. So there's always a way for people to take away the fun, right? Appreciate the super chat. Question: from your years of experience as a chemical engineer, what high-level principles are applicable to the TCG space? I've talked about it before at length, and the bingo cards are they've been filled multiple times over. I think. I used to do mass balances around reactors, and where did all the elements that we cared about go? We had some processes that were gold and silver, and monitoring what went out the stack, monitoring what went out the wastewater. With business, it's like I do the same thing with booster packs. How many went to Ponga? How many went to PK? How many are coming in from Distro? How many are coming in from here and there and everywhere? So it's like I'm doing mass balances with booster packs. I'm doing mass balances with dollars. The whole 5S'ing, the whole poker yoke, mistake proofing, like every engineering concept to some extent can be morphed and modified to fit into the streaming box. So yeah, and how many ironworking things can we are there are there any things that we can morph into the Pokemon space? Or?
I'll crack some slabs when I get home with spud wrenches.
There we go. There we go. We're even bringing
there is. I mean, I think there's literally zero skill over that from ironworking to Pokemon. I don't think there. Other than me doing the coffee breaks and ripping packs during coffee time, like there's not much you can learn in ironworking that will help you. You'll learn that doing this is way better. Like that's all you'll learn. It's tough though. Like I think some things definitely translate, and manual labor to Pokemon is not one of those things.
But yeah, engineering, Kaizen, Blitz, 5S, lean manufacturing, all the different things, continual improvement, all those overarching concepts can definitely be applied to a rip and ship, to a slab selling operation, a singles operation, all those things to some extent. And I am the company I used to work at, we had certain processes that were better than others, and looking around, I could definitely use some of those concepts being applied a little bit further. At what point should someone stop playing smaller flips and start thinking bigger? So there are some YouTubers out there. Be cautious who you follow, who you listen to. There are some YouTubers out there in this boom talking about sleeves. At some point, you graduate beyond certain dollar amounts and very personal. And at the end of the day, it's like dollars aren't the only things we're maximizing. If sleeves bring you all that joy and like you have so much more fun, you make so much less money, but you have so much more fun. Like do whatever. But yeah, I think a lot of people have had in their progression. They increased their TCG player floor. They deleted all their listings sub $1 on eBay. Sub $1 is not even a thing. Sub $1.49, $1.99, $2.49. Like they change them over time. But one thing that I do is look at all the different aspects of your business. If you're selling sleeves, if you're selling playmats, if you're doing bulk on TCG player, if you're grading cards, do your best. It's impossible to measure it perfectly. What are you making hourly on your grading? What are you making hourly on your TCG player bulk sorting and selling? What are you making on selling your individual sleeves for $1.99? 11 of them in a day. What are you making on that? And then call the ones that don't provide the value that the others do, is the way that I would look at it.
So I took this question differently than I think Dan did. So I don't know. Like, I think most of my better plays now, and it's like I stream, so it's a little bit different, but my money is between $5 and $20 cards. Like that is the best cards for me. Stream wise. So, it all depends on, and Dan was saying, like, what are your margins and stuff on like the cards that you're selling already. I would stick with what's working and kind of expand on that. I wouldn't just cut out something that's already working for you, unless it's being a detriment to you making, better margins and better, GMV and all that stuff. I would keep grinding away at those smaller flips. Because the small, $20 a lot of times is a lot of money. So just think of it that way. Don't try and shoot for home runs all the time. You end up striking out a lot. I would say just kind of dig in a little bit, keep grinding with what you're grinding with, and slowly but surely add on to that.
What would you focus on first if your goal was to turn this into a full-time income?
Learn as much as you can about the hobby, about trends, about Pokemon. learn sets. Don't jump right into it. You need the knowledge base, the base where all the pillars stand on. Like you need to be there and just learn as much as you can before you even decide to make a leap into something like that. Like me going full time was such like a foreign concept to me until it actually happened, and a lot of it happened because I had a knowledge base that you just over a certain amount of time you just acquire from being in the hobby. So that's what I would say. I would focus first on learning as much as you can about the hobby.
And then I'll like I made a video Monday that addressed this directly as far as like once you have that foundation, once you like don't take it too far. Don't analysis paralysis, all that stuff. Try a little bit of everything. Know before going full time, as crazy it is to say this, know what you need to live on.
Yeah.
Know like your personal expenses, know your household expenses. Do you have a burn rate of $20,000 a month in New York City? Do you have a burn rate of $5,000 a month in upstate New York? Like know what it's going to cost you to live. Do the math on that. Be aware of taxes and how all that works. When you work for an employer, they're paying for half of FICA taxes. You're paying both sides of that as a self-employed individual. Health insurance, sugar mama, so many layers of like different things to consider.
Yeah, having the sugar mama definitely helps.
Very plus EV.
Very plus EV.
Not just financially, in many ways.
So many ways.
Yeah. We hit a lot of LCSs today, LGSs today.
I think it could be viable
if you're not in the upstate New York area.
Yeah, or the New Jersey area that I'm from. It can definitely be dark. I think LGS owners are less likely to work deals with you outside of what they're selling it from, unless they have a ton of. Again, relationships help too. Like you can't just expect to go into an LGS and just buy all their cards. You need to start building those relationships with them so they can helping you. Like it's one of those things. Like you got to spend in a little bit for them to give you that kind of, I guess discount on what you're buying from them. Because like I don't want to go into an LGS and pay, 100% market plus tax. Like it's tough. Like I would definitely say local shows, collecticons, anything like that would probably be a better spot for you to source from.
And I'm going to give the answer that is literally the answer. I'm playing with MetaZoo coins here. It infuriates some people, but like the correct answer to almost every question is it depends. So like we just spent the day, we went out, we drove around for several hours and we burned gas, and I might have a couple slab optimization plays. I might have made a couple $100, but there are people that might like a couple thousand people in a week, 2 weeks. This will have a couple thousand listens, couple thousand views. There's somebody out there listening that has a corner store 2 minutes walk down the road that doesn't grade cards, that they go into once a week and they spend $1,000 on ungraded cards, or gradable cards that the owner has no intention of grading. And they're just printing like $1,000 a week net profit, buying gradables, grading them, selling them. So it's like, yes, for that person, yes. For me, having to drive 45 minutes, and no, what I did today was not worth it. So like, it depends. Everyone's situation is different. Some people have amazing local scenes. Some people have, and it always depends. Some people have a relationship with their LGS for they've been buying for 25 years and they get product at MSRP. There are people that will go into their store tomorrow, buy a perfect order for $160, $170 a box. So for those people, yes, very worth it. Everyone's situation is different. What sacrifice did you have to make behind the scenes when you were building your business? Like, again, I mentioned earlier, like I'm on stage 1 of retirement. I'm already like foot off the gas. That means that for a long time, my 20s, my foot was pretty firmly on the gas. From 15 to 25 years old, I was grinding. There were weeks that I was a full-time student and I was a full-time worker with my dad, doing hay over the summer, like doing all different kinds of things. And I was on the grind. I didn't see it as a sacrifice. It was time. Learning, I can wire an outlet. I can change the brakes in my car. I can do the oil in my car. I can do a lot of different things because of that. So I didn't even see it as a sacrifice, but I definitely did I have friends that were going to more concerts? Did I have people that were traveling more? Did I have people that were hitting the bars more? And absolutely. Did I have people that were buying the PS3 and the PS4 and the PS5 day of release and buying all the games? Like, to some extent, I guess maybe I felt some of that sacrifice, but thankfully, I guess I'm just built in a way where like I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the grind. I enjoyed the tinkering and the learning and all the different things that brought me. And everyone's going to be different with that too. So yeah, thankfully the sacrifices I made were working a lot more than the average person, I guess. And but I didn't see it as a sacrifice.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't have much to add to that because I mean, maybe family time would be one of the things, but you learn how to work all of that in. Like it's just, especially it's not super easy to, and like it's going full time is not the easiest thing either. Like I feel like there's also that out there. Like it's easy for some people. I think it's a hard road to go down for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And you have to, again, and Dan said it, we're just going to sit on the fence, but it depends. And you need to sacrifice what you believe is worth sacrificing to get where you want to get. And you have to be aware of what those sacrifices will lead to, I guess. Like if sacrificing time with your family is worth it and you're building it, but then at the end of the day, you don't have a family anymore, was it worth it? So like these are thoughts that need to go through people's heads. And I think getting caught up in going full time, it's like such a great thought. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It's a little difficult. Like it's you have to do a lot to get there. So just risk, just know your risk when it comes to sacrifices in your personal life, sacrifices in your work life when you're doing this.
And I mentioned it in my quit your job video. I said 95 to 99% of people probably shouldn't quit their jobs.
Yeah.
It's very different. Like when you wake up in the morning, a lot of people have jobs that like you go to and you can kind of slack off here and there through it. Like if you don't work, if you don't do something, like you're not making money that day, right? If you don't go live, if you don't do the thing, if you don't list the consignment, if you stop paying out your consigners, it like depending on the operation you have set up, if you're not doing it, it's not getting done. And some people just don't work well with that. Some people definitely not.
It's very grindy.
Yeah,
you need to have that mentality that you're gonna get at it and get at it hard. For sure. It's not as simple as just saying I want to be full time and rolling into it. Like it's not that Pete that juice question.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you catch that? I think that was last week in my live. We'll get to that. We're not gonna let him cut the line.
Oh my goodness.
Nice to see you, Oyama. We got we got another full timer, recent leaper here. Love to see it. Thoughts on trade night events? I feel like they're supposed to be for fun, low stakes vibes, but then people coming in trying to sell ponchos.
I hate trade nights.
Yeah,
they feel like an extension of the con, and it just gets dirty. I don't know. Trade nights, like it's much more plus EV to go out with the homies and have a couple brews and not, unless you're really digging that. But I think trade nights suck. Being honest, I don't like them.
And I wasn't even, honestly, my first thought didn't even go to like the show aspect. I know around me local, I haven't taken my son to one yet, but again, nuance. There are trade nights post shows, and some people probably crush with them. Some people probably they go in, they try to buy a table and they can't get one, and then they set up at the trade night instead, and they sell 30 grand and plus EV for them, I guess. But I was thinking about like,
oh, okay,
our
specifically LGS trade nights.
Okay, yeah, that's actually what I was thinking about too. My I'm an assistant den leader in our Cub Scout organization locally. My den master, our den master, was recently talking about how she took her kids to a trade night recently at a store. We're actually gonna, I think it's one of the ones we're going to tomorrow. And the kids had a blast and very plus EV. It was like kids with binders and actually trading cards. And I'll take my son to one with his 1,025 count Pokédex binder, and if he can, he's got his binder of like his cool cards, his duplicates, and if he can go and trade and engage, and like that's what the hobby's about. So again, nuance,
Yeah.
gray area. It depends. Like
depends.
trade nights.
Put it on a shirt.
Trade night is like one. Yeah, Rudy right there. I think is my Rudy. I bought the shirt for MSRP. Need to get a Catch 'em all collectibles. It depends. It depends.
That's great.
What do you do when most of your cards in your collection can get graded, but you also want to flip now? You're actually good to talk about this because, like, talk about your thoughts around grading and if and how much you use them in your business.
So I don't grade very often. I'm probably, and I love grading. So let me just like preface with that. Like, grading is what got me like really involved in the hobby. It's funny how grading is now one of the least things I do in the hobby. The amount of churn you can do with those cards not sitting at PSA for 3 to 4 months is pretty amazing. You can wait for that, but you can also grind it out and make pretty damn close to what you were going to make off that card if you just sell it, flip it into something else, sell that, flip it into something else. I mean, Dan's talked about this endless times on stream. Is it worth it for you to have money tied up for 4 to 6 months, or is it worth it for you to have money flowing now? It all depends on what you're doing personally in the hobby. If this isn't like a full-time thing, or if this is even a part-time thing and you have the time and you really don't care, grade them. But if you're trying to make profit and stuff and you don't have a lot of funds to play with, I would definitely just continue to flip and flip and flip and let it compound and flip and let it compound. Because again, in 6 months, and you can grade most of your cards. Are they all going to hit 10s? Are you going to get the grade that you want? Because everything's subjective when it goes to the graders. 9s could be 10s, 10s could be 8s. It's just, it really, I don't personally grade right now. I'm trying to build the streaming up, trying to make that as awesome as I can. I'd rather just push the cards now, get the funds back, push the cards now, and just continually make profit over and over again. But that's just me.
And I'm a bit of both. It
depends.
Hectic is going to love it.
Bunch offensive.
It depends. Porque no los dos. I do some amount of both. I think some people grade too much too early and they tie up all their cash flow. Actually, a pretty common consult that I have is people are like, Dan, PSA 6 months behind. I've got 40 grand worth of cards there. I've got 10 grand worth of grading fees about to hit. My hands are tied. Like I can't do it. Like, what do I do? And it's like, grade some amount less. Oh, well, then I'm leaving margin on the table. Well, are you really leaving margin on the table if you're ceasing all operations today because everything is in the backlog?
Yep.
It's again, I go back to the whole multivariable equation that no one can know the answer to because you don't know how long it's going to take. PSA will advertise a time, and then the time goes up and the time goes down, and the prices go up, the prices go down. You don't know exactly what the end of, but the amount of certainty, bird in the hand, two in the bush, that whole thing. Like, there's a lot of layers there.
I love that phrase.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of layers there because sometimes bird in the hand, two in the bush, and there are cards that I graded 5 years ago that I sent them out, and had I just sold them raw, they would have gone for more than when I got them back a year and a half later. Yes, a year and a half later. That used to be the turnaround time backlog. A year and a half later, I sold the PSA 9, the PSA 10 for less than I could have sold the raw.
Remember that? That was wild
stuff, man. There might have been two birds in the bush, but the birds were both dead. They were dead, and they were skeletons, skeletal remains by the time I got them back.
Couple feathers still tucked on them.
Here's a funny one.
Yep. So we crushed 30 wings today.
Mm-hmm. Tag
teamed a 30 piece wing. We ate all of them.
Mm-hmm. It was a battle, though. I mean, the wings almost won.
I think if I starve myself, I don't know. Dan put back some wings. It would be who would want it more towards the end and how much you want to throw up later in the night, because like
we didn't count the bones at the end. I feel like we were 15 and 15.
I feel like we were pretty.
Our bone piles looked pretty similar. But I think we'd be a good competition. I went there pretty hungry.
I was all day. Yeah,
I went there pretty hungry, but that place has good wings, big wings. I definitely could do 20, but it would more pain. There was a little bit of pain doing the 15 with the large. We wouldn't have needed the large tater tot either.
The tater tot, we ate like 4 tater tots.
We did not eat many tots.
She was like, "Do you want the tater tots?" And Dan was like, "No." He literally hands, "No, I don't want these tots. Give me your tots, Napoleon."
Yeah, it'd be a good competition though. Would you hold a massive celebration seal collection or sell at current highs? Tested the market with a few boxes and product has sold quickly. Appreciate it. What are you going to do with the proceeds? Again, the answer to everything. It depends. It depends. What are you going to do with the proceeds? What are your frictional fees? All the things that we always say.
Yeah, what are you throwing it into? Do you have opportunity to buy into something that you like better than Celebrations? Like, it's really one of those things. It's nice that Celebrations is doing what it's doing. I think those anniversary sets can hold value long term as well. But again, are you making enough from selling those to buy what you want to buy?
Yep. Thanks for the question, Johnny D. Dish. Let's see. Oh, here's just a follow-up on an earlier question. For Pokemon, having a player base is not necessary to get allocations. It does help, but it is nowhere near the most important thing. And I think that's very different by IP, Pokemon versus One Piece versus Lorcana versus all the different things are going to vary. And then I think it's even, I think GTS, Mad Owl, Southern, Peach State, Alliance, I think all of them can have their own internal variances based on how that's weighted as well. So what's the answer? What's the 2-word answer to every question?
It depends.
It always depends.
It always depends.
You
got to get a fence gift.
Yeah, I do. I've got the Stream Deck there that I never use. I feel like I need more buttons on that. I need more things happening with that. The fence, it depends. And here's actually a follow-up from EXP Share answering that question we just had up. My answer is always, do you have another item you could buy that you think would 2x faster? If so, then selling and moving into that item is likely worth it. One thing that you always need to do the math on too is like, what are your frictional costs to change? If you take 10K of an item and you pay 15% eBay fees and you pay shipping and you pay all this stuff, well, 10 grand only turns into 8 grand in the new product or 8,500 in the new product. So especially if you're like, you shouldn't be, if you're paying sales taxes, and 10 grand in one product might turn into, if you're accrual basis, paying taxes on the gains, 10 grand in product A could turn into 6,500 in product B or less. So it's not even about which one do you think is going to double first. Sometimes the new one that you trade into might have to triple before the other one doubles. It depends. There's so many layers. It's crazy the amount of everyone's situation is different and yada, yada, yada. Nuance. What is 2 + 2? Does it depend?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends on how you're reading it.
You know, one thing I love being a math aficionado to some extent, deep into math. How many degrees does a triangle have? Do you know?
No, more.
Not how many like vertices, not how many angles.
No. You
a triangle has 180 degrees of interior angles, except in spherical geometry. Put that baby on a sphere. Now triangles can have different amounts of degrees to their internal angles.
Dan just made my brain hurt there for a second.
2 + 2, as far as I know, maybe I didn't make it to a far enough level math. I think 2 + 2 is always 4. I don't think that depends, but maybe it does. It depends. Certain things that you don't think depend, they also depend. It depends on where this triangle is located, how many degrees are the sum of its internal angles. I have no mortgage, no car payment, no debt. Buy. I would like to sell half at least, but must be selective on what you're selling.
Is that a question?
So the question is buy. Like, should I buy? Yes, buy.
If you don't have any of those things and you have a lot of cash laying around and feel like Pokemon's your thing, go for it. Because it doesn't seem like you have much that you're risking there.
And this is one of the things we didn't flash yet. But yeah,
buckets.
Once my buckets are full, buy. I'm degenning. I'm going deep into cardboard. Yeah, absolutely. Does it matter if you send a lot of sealed for auctions of the same SKU? This is funny because like, as I'm reading it now, my mind is just immediately shouting, it depends. If you have 5 random EX era blister packs of like EX Deoxys blister packs. Would I send 5 of those to DC Sports to auction back to back to back all the same day, 10 seconds apart? That item is so much more niche. That item is so much more expensive. I would worry about the liquidity at that single point in time. If I have prismatic ETB cases, if I have Ascended Heroes ETB cases, if I have Perfect Order ETB or booster box cases, it depends. I love this.
You got people calling us out in chat saying, "Give us substance."
Oh God! And it's funny because like it depends is the substance. Go to other channels. They'll say never send everything together. So if you've got 20 cases of some product that you want to offload, there are some people out there that would tell you, oh, only send one, don't send more than one a week. Well, like Prismatic, if you've got 50 cases of Prismatic and you heard a week ago that Prismatic ETBs were going to get a reprint, you know what I would do?
Sell all 50.
I would send a chunk. Like I wouldn't send 10 a week for the next 10 weeks. One a week for the next 10 weeks. I would send 10 in 1 week. So it depends. It depends, and that's why it depends. Like the nuance, the it depending is actually the substance. I don't think a lot of people realize that, and some amount of a meme and the whole get off the fence, but that's what this channel is, and I some people infuriates them. That's what they hate about this, but like this is the substance. Most channels do not give you. It depends. That like that is the substance. Oh, so yeah, that's the same. Pushing 1,000 bundles again. The liquidity of the item. The more modern, the more liquid. All that stuff. When are more sealed options coming? Sealed consignment options. In the coming months. I would love to say weeks. I've been told weeks based on the timelines I was told months ago, but I'm going to say months to be safe. Timelines slip a lot. That's one thing between probably in the ironworking space too.
Oh,
a bridge is supposed to be done by July, and then it's like July 2 years later.
We can't get this one bolt in the finish, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
100%.
We found the common thread between Pokemon and engineering and bridge building, ironworking. Been struggling with picking a scalable strategy for building a business. I find myself trying to do too much, trying vending, grading, restoring, streaming. Any advice for picking a lane?
What do you like doing best? And then start there.
Yeah.
I think that's the best answer for that. What do you like doing best? And go from there.
I think there's a big distinction between like I mentioned in my video Monday, throw everything at the wall, but like don't throw everything at the wall always for 5 years straight. Try everything at least once, but at some point you need to start culling off. Like I don't make enough money there. I kind of like it. I don't make enough money. I kind of like that. I make a little money, but I'm really bad at it, and there's other people doing it better, and I'm more like, obviously I have the consignment, I have the streaming. There's things to be said about going all in on one thing and putting all your focus on that. And then there's things to be said about like diversifying a little bit. But yeah, that's just something you kind of master over time. And not even that you master it. Like I'm always ebbing and flowing with the market's ebbs and flows.
Yep.
Yeah, I can literally, if I wanted to turbo fire through the backlog, it depends. It depends.
Yep.
No elaboration. It depends counter. Very high.
Endless.
Yes. Here we go. The one we've been waiting for. I was listening in the background and heard Dan say, Sugar Mama, have we answered my question about Dan elaborating on divorce CV? So again, my marriage, wife, if you're listening, my marriage is very plus EV in all aspects of life. And sadly, that's not the case for everyone. Well, there's some comedian, I'm terrible with quotes and all this stuff. There's a comedian out there with some bit on like, divorce is so expensive because it's worth it. I do not abide by that, but like, I know people in my life. I have aunts and uncles and cousins and friends, and I have friends who are like, that was very expensive and that was the best money I spent in my life. I'm not in that situation. I hope people listening out there are not, but yeah, it can be very plus EV depending on the situation you're in. Absolutely.
My marriage is also plus EV. I love you, baby.
So it depends. Me, very negative EV in all regards. If a decade from now you'll see prismatic packs over 200, will that surprise you? 10 years, will prismatic go from 12 to 200? That would surprise me. 10 years ago, team up. That's over $200 a pack. Like, I don't think that will replicate again the way that it did. A lot of people there are a lot of people that will guarantee that. It's like, how many prismatic packs do you have? Since they're gonna 15x in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 37. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Talk versus walk. But yeah, I'm bullish, but I'm not that bullish. I can't get on board. Like 10 years ago was team up's not even 10 years old. Oh God, team up's 7 years old.
I think prismatic can hit 200 a pack in 10 years.
It can.
It can.
But
it depends.
It depends. People are gonna lose their minds when I say this, but like prismatic might not be 50 a pack in 10 years. Dan, how could it not 4x? Like, it's guaranteed to. It absolutely can. Prismatic could be a $500 pack in 10 years, but it also could be a $50 pack. My people lose their minds because like my long tails around the normal distribution of potential outcomes. My long tails go wider than most people's. And to the bull side, like I could call a bear. What I'm saying, prismatic could be a $500 pack in 10 years. I think many people that are like bulls wouldn't be able to agree with that. Dan, you're going way too far with it. But the degree of the vast array of different outcomes are crazy. And team up is like, that's picking a winner from 7 years ago. There's a lot of sets around that time that are nowhere near that either. There's many of them that are under 50. 10-year-old sets, many of them are under 50, I think. Let me bring up my site. 10 years ago, you're getting at like the late XY era. Most of those are under 50 actually. And prismatic and rip and ships and blah 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 blah. I know the arguments. Yeah, like late XY era Steam Siege, beautiful set. The Volcanion, the Gardevoir, like $25 a pack. Evolutions is not even a $50 pack.
That's actually wild to me. That is
Fates is under 50, and Breakthrough under 50. Ancients above, Generations above. Double Crisis $400 a pack. Oh man, but yeah, I somewhere between 50 and 500, I think. Is there any point in becoming a new collector, or hasn't got any cards?
Yes, there's a point to becoming a new collector. If you don't have any cards and you want to be a new collector, go to eBay and buy some. I don't know, Nathaniel, if you can, I don't know, try to tell us what you actually meant there.
Yeah, and and maybe this is like the whole scalper MSRP, things are too expensive. One thing that I'll say is like, don't get lost in the noise of like, you don't need to have every box, you don't need to have every product. The amount of artwork out there that is achievable for like less than $5. If your budget is $5 per card, go to TCG Player, pick your favorite Pokemon and search it, and sort by price low to high. The amount of beautiful artwork, like these are professional artists as their job as being an artist. The artwork in the common slot, in the uncommon slot, in the rare slot, in the hollow slot
are amazing.
Like there are so many amazing literal pieces of art that you can buy for less than $1 a piece, less than $10 a piece. Like you can't have everything. No one can have everything. So don't get discouraged is what I'll say on that.
And collect what you like, and don't chase what other people are collecting.
Good news, Mrs. Ketchum. Dan ran the calculations and your marriage is safe. Love is grand and divorce is 100 grand. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, this is elaborating on if you're paying high fees to sell them, if you're accrual based and you're paying taxes and sales tax. Absolutely, like you need to do the math. How often should I? Okay, here we go. Shout out to PokeMT. He got me off the fence. This does not depend. One of the few questions in life that does not depend. You should never check the PSA tracker.
Because you'll always be disappointed.
We are booming. You should never check the tracker. The time and energy and effort that you put into refreshing the tracker, grade another card, buy another card, create a video, message someone in Discord. Like, do anything except refreshing the pizza tracker. PokeMT got me off the fence. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
We did it.
We did it. It does not depend. I have like 70 to 80 mid-end and low-end 5 to 75. How do I sell them the fastest? Reach out to Spats Cards. Reach out to BEERSKI Collects. Reach out to Grimer Collects. Reach out to...
Give me a shout out.
Yeah. Link in the description below. There are so many streamers willing to completely liquidate you at a very high reasonable percentage relative to the effort and energy to list them all individually on eBay, TCG Player, wherever.
I'll make you so liquid.
You'll get so liquid.
So liquid.
You'll be so liquid. You don't know what you won't know what to do with yourself.
So money.
If the market would ever slow down significantly, would either of you ever delve into other TCGs?
So I think we were talking about this earlier as well. Like I think you'll see the market drop. You'll see a big exodus. People are gonna. And then there are going to be people like Dan, Spat, Grimer, Ponga, PK, myself that are coming to fill the void for those like customers that are still looking to buy cards. You're just not going to have all the people there selling the cards. I think there's a lot of opportunity in a downturn. And yeah, you may not be making the same amount of dollars and margins as you were when stuff was booming. But again, and that's where it comes to the grind set mindset. Like you need to grind out a little bit, especially if the market has turned. To hit your goals, your financial goals. But I think you'd see a lot of people leave, and then the players in the game will come up and fill those voids. I won't personally hop into another TCG. Pokemon is king to me.
Yeah, Pokemon owns my nostalgia. Pokemon's been around for 27 years. I know it's 30th anniversary, but like 27 years it's been in my life. Nothing can replace that. The only other TCG that I dabbled in, and like MetaZoo captured me to some extent, but it still doesn't hold a candle to like all the momentum, all the history, all the stuff with Pokemon. I've owned DBZ Growls, Naruto Growls. I've owned Magic Growls. I've owned a little like Yu-Gi-Oh Growls. I've owned some crazy cards, bought in some crazy collections, but they just don't do it for me in any way near what Pokemon does. So honestly, if Pokemon just like died in 10, 15, 20, whatever amount, I would be more likely to go into coins or something else that I have more history and care for.
Schultz and Dooley.
Utica Club.
But
yeah.
It would depend.
It would depend. It would depend on many factors. Multivariable equation, so many unknowns, yada, yada, yada. I know you say investing is an attractive distraction, but isn't it still a viable option if you don't have the time due to a full-time job or studies? So, Eka Singh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but yes, what you are saying is, hey, Dan, doesn't it depend? Yes, you are correct. Someone else is saying it depends. My video Monday was like, if I were to start over today, knowing all I know, I would have invested and collected less. I have consultations with doctors, with lawyers who work 60, 70, 80-hour weeks and make several $100,000 a year. I've talked with people that own their own practices, making 7 figures a year annually, working 70, 80, 90-hour weeks. And they're like, Dan, I'm not going to flip. I'm not going to grade. I'm not going to do anything. I love Pokemon. I don't have the time to engage with it. Job, family, Pokemon, like, but I want to have skin in the game. 100% investing is the optimal thing for them. And like when I say that, like, I wouldn't buy Ascended, I wouldn't buy Prismatic at this price, and why? If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, and you make $1 million a year, and you want to buy 50 cases of Ascended heroes at 100 in the ETB and set them back, and you're truly gonna wait 10 years, I can't fault that. I can't poke any holes in that plan. It's like very personal for them because I didn't say it this time. You said it. It does depend. Yes. Who are you? What is your circumstance? What are you optimizing for? Anything to add on that one?
No, not on that one. I think Dan had it pretty much locked in there.
And to add to what I said Monday about like hindsight, I wouldn't have collected as much, and it definitely was a detriment to my total GMV and net and all that stuff. A fair pushback on that is like, Dan, if you didn't collect and engage the way you did, maybe you wouldn't have built such a deep-rooted connection. Like you wouldn't have extended the depth of the connection to it all. Maybe you wouldn't love it as much as you do today. And that's a fair pushback. That's a fair argument I made to my Monday video self. We're getting close to the end. 1 a.m. we just hit. 3 hours in.
Let's go.
Does Ascended pick up a ton of early steam with Perfect Order and Chaos Rising being weaker sets? Seems like people will go back to Ascended heavily after opening a small amount of each.
No. Newest set, best set. I think we say it all the time. I think you're going to see a lot of people falling over themselves to get Perfect Order and Chaos Rising. Ascended will be there. I think, I don't know. And I personally am not the biggest fan of the Mega Evolution sets. I think they have a couple cool cards. I don't know. I think you're going to see people diving in pretty heavily for Perfect Order right now. Like go on eBay Live right now. I'm sure there's someone ripping Perfect Order right now and people are clamoring to get it. So, I mean, you can't just go into a store, or you can go into some stores, but you can't just go into every store and buy it. Like people are going to, there's demand for it.
I think there is some argument to be made though. Like we had people hunting Prismatic. We've opened 30,000 plus packs on stream over the past year and 3 months. We have some whales that were like God pack or bust. And given that the pull rate of a God pack is presumably by our numbers 1 in 10,000-ish packs, the fact that it doesn't have that layer of chase. So I think it's less like it's a combination of the set design and the lack of the extreme chase. So certain people will degen. They will rip until they hit the God, the gold, whatever the supreme chase is, the Moonbryon. So yeah, it having a less elusive chase and it having an easier to attain chase, we will anecdotally have some of our bigger buyers like tap out sooner and then go back to another set. But again, it's like to what extent and to what scale, and next set, best set, as BEERSKI said, like that still applies fully. Yeah. The next week, our highest selling set, I can say with extreme confidence, will be Perfect Order.
Yep.
But a set like Prismatic, that will be the best selling set for 2 months straight after it comes out. Maybe even not 3 months straight, because then the new set comes out and it gets that 1 week atop the mountain. But a great set will be 6 months later. It'll have a week where it was the highest selling set. A Perfect Order likely in 6 months won't be our highest selling set. Perfect Order will likely have a blip for a couple weeks, and then Prismatic and Ascended in certain sets will kind of like beat it almost every subsequent month, aside from that first flash. Can you elaborate on how you beat graded profits? Do you take advantage of pumps? Do you buy under 20% market, etc.? Show me the way. iFOMO wants to know from you specifically.
Live streaming is different than vending. Live streaming is different than selling cards in LGS. It depends. I would like to think what I bring to the table when it comes to streaming helps me with card pricing and all that stuff. I think really what I was saying earlier is that it doesn't make sense for me right now to send cards for grading when I can turn them quicker on my end. Like,
and a lot of times you're buying Friday to Sunday and selling Monday to Friday.
Yeah, like that's like it's like I buy cards Saturday and I'm already selling those cards Sunday, Monday. And then I'm talking to people on the phone and they're sending me cards through the mail, or I'm going and meeting them specifically to buy more cards. It's a constant churn. I just think like And listen, graded profits, awesome. Like if you have the time and the money and the patience to sit there and wait the 4 to 6 month backlog that PSA has, more power to you, FOMO, and like more power to anyone that can do that. It's just not how it works with my business model right now. Do I want to start adding grading in there? Absolutely. I think Spat and Grime are constantly saying you need to grade. You need to grade. They're always saying it. But I mean, there are many things that I've sold that have done way better in the moment and have gotten me purchases that made more sense for me, and I made more money off of it than I would have if I waited and graded.
And yeah, I mean, like, I guess stay tuned for our upcoming video where we elaborate more on the streaming thing.
Yeah.
If you can buy a card on Friday for 100, Saturday for 100, sell it on Monday, and net, again, we'll get into margins and stuff, maybe however much he wants to share.
Yeah.
But if you can make 10% in 2 days, and then you're buying another one with that proceeds, and you're 10%, like,
I mean, I was in Miami. I bought a ton of 151. It literally mooned up that week. I was out of town. I made 20% just sitting on it.
And then bird in the hand, two in the bush, the certainty, uncertainty, like.
Yeah, I'd rather extract the cash now and have it than wait.
I don't know if this is TCG related, but I think it's like poker. If good player plays bad player, good player doesn't always win. Sometimes bad player can get lucky, luck of it, like they can win, but over the long run, like chess is significantly more skill. But there's some skill, but there's a fair luck factor as well. In the TCG, even business, my timing was largely luck based. My timing on when I was born, I had no control over that. I was fortunate to be born at a time where I was the target demo when the IP came out. So I don't know if you're talking Pokemon business, TCG, but there's some amount of luck in all of this and a large amount of skill as well. Crown prediction, over or under $30 packs by the end of the year. Crown's currently $21.49. I'm going to say under. I'm going to say it's not going to increase 40% by the end of the year. What do you think on that?
I don't know if you'll see. I love the set.
I love it too. S tier, one of my top ones all time.
I don't know if it'll go to 40, unless there's like someone rips a ton of packs and makes it public that they're ripping packs and people get into it, or somehow Crown Zenith comes to the tip of everyone's tongue again. But yeah, I don't know if I see $40 packs of Zenith.
Why can't I even
remember
find
when Zenith was like
pack?
$5 pack the other like 2 years ago?
14 months ago.
Yeah, 14.
I was buying it for $4 a pack.
There you go.
14 months ago.
A year and 2 months ago.
Crazy. Is me choosing to watch this entire live stream rather than recording tomorrow's video plus or minus EV? Hopefully you're pre-grading cards or browsing EV listings.
It will depend.
It depends. It depends on what else if you're only honed in on this and doing nothing else, that's a little dark. That might be negative EV. Dan, don't do this again. He said 30, not 40.
Oh, 30. Sorry.
Oh, did you say 40?
I said 40.
I don't think I said 40. I don't think. Am I bearish for thinking a pack won't go up 40% by the end of the year?
But Dan, other packs go up.
Yeah.
Price goes up because price goes up.
There will be packs that double between now and the end of the year. Do I think Crown will be one of them? I lean towards no, but like I don't care. I care so little. I'm not gonna think about it too deeply. I wouldn't be shocked. I won't make the mistake I did. I know XP Share Video Games 14 months ago asked me a question, and I said that I would have been shocked if it did XYZ, and it did a lot more than XYZ. But with that, we are done. We have made it to the end.
It was a pleasure.
Took us a little over 3 hours to do it. We better wrap up quick before another one comes. But we have more LGSs to hit tomorrow. Poke Flips tomorrow. BEERSKI is going to be the first guy to do back-to-back Dan stream into Poke Flips. And 2 weeks. PokeCon is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh my God. That blows my mind.
Booyah.
BEERSKI will be the first ever, I think, back-to-back participant in Poke Flips. BEERSKI's going for the three-peat. The never have been done before three-peating.
Let's go.
Dan stream flips. So excited. I appreciate everyone. Peek hit us with one. If you hit a certain number this year, would you host a get-together event for people at the end of the year? And am I invited? Think of it like an end-of-the-year, early next year company success party. Peak, I hate to break it to you, but in 2 weeks,
we are having that
party. In 2 weeks, that's kind of happening.
That is the party, Peak.
Peak. It was a very tight list. It is the independent contractors and Nick. I mean, Nick is Nick. He's a treasure. His sleeve play. We're gonna make all the sleeve plays at PokeCon. But anyone can go to the show. The Airbnb invite that was very tight knit. All the independent contractors. Shout out to all of them. They're gonna all be hopefully making a quick appearance on PokeFlips. It's probably gonna be an abbreviated one, but yeah. As always, thanks BEERSKI for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks everyone for all the questions. You kept us here for 3 hours. We're booming. Cheers to everyone. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you guys.
We will catch you all later.
Peace out, guys.